Hello everyone! Damn, you guys are so fast! I literally just pressed like streaming button and just announced it in the chat like really fast. Like damn, I am impressed. How are we all doing today, by the way? I was so fast, I'm shocked. Like, I was like, what? When I saw the thing, I was like, this is weird. How was your day, guys? Man, it's freaking hot in my room right now. So I'm like, you know, ooh. Oh, hello, Titanium. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I wasn't there last stream. That's fine, Estrella. It's G. I don't mind at all, but like, you know, thank you for popping. I think he popped in. So, playing League, Pog. Oh, have fun playing League, Reno. I haven't joined the stream in so long. Damn. I am going to be giving you guys special updates. A lot of you guys have been asking, will there be a new roleplay? And I have something to announce soon. So, yeah, but before we get into talking about the roleplay, should I talk about it now? Or should I just like, you know, like leave it for the end? I feel like I want to announce it now because I know most of you guys probably will need to go soon. Hold up. Okay, let me see if the screen works. Okay, Titanium's like, ooh. So what did you miss last stream? Okay, Estrella, technically we went for Rod. And if you guys want a recap of what happened last stream, we went for Rod. I didn't really like Rod, the man himself. He wasn't, you know, my type of man. Sad. Well, I didn't really like him. He's like a very tsundere Estrella. So we got new pictures. I mean, he's cute. He's tsundere. I mean, I think I'm falling in love just the teeniest bit, but I still prefer Claude. So yeah, tomorrow's your birthday. Ooh, oh my god, happy early birthday, Min Sakura. Can we get happy birthdays in the chat? I want happy birthdays in the chat. Happy early birthday, Min Sakura. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys, there's actually a new project I'm working on, but it's not going to be on my actual YouTube channel, and I'm hoping to announce the video because I always said I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get a video out. I've never actually gotten a video out. So I'm just gonna say it now. There will be some sort of roleplay happening. Oh yeah, we're getting happy birthdays now. Oh my god, it's like there's such a delay. I'm like, oh, okay, honey. We're getting delays. Happy late birthday, Mama. Oh, thank you, Titanium. Thank you. I'm pretty sure it's one of the of my friend's birthdays soon. I forgot, but I know. Thank you for streaming the day before my birthday. No problem, Min Sakura. It was a coincidence, but happy early birthday, honey. Happy early birthday. So, okay. Bro, my Siri. That's so creepy. Did you guys know that Siri can hear, people can hear Siri? That's really weird. I don't know if I want to disable that. That's creepy. I hope you guys didn't hear that. So I'll just say that. But anyway, guys, you know what? Let's just go play. Because yeah. But anyway, Estrella, yeah, we're going for Rod. I'm not, you know. We're gonna finish this. What? Estrella's like, what? A question? We're just gonna continue where we left off. We're gonna finish off because we're on chapter 8, so we should be somewhat near. Okay. Oh wait, sorry, we're in chapter 6. Sorry, I no. You're joking! Y'all, did you see what I just did? Uh-oh. 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 I've made a very brave mistake. No! Okay, you know what, guys? I've made a brave mistake and we need to somehow skip over all of this. Hold up, we need to skip forward. Yes. Oh god, guys. Okay, we did answer him and then we're gonna forward again. Guys, you got this, don't worry. We went to go outside. Skip. Blah, 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 blah. Why do you want me out of the palace, I think? What did we say? What did we say? I think we went We went refuse. I remember this because y'all got mad at me. I give her the correct answers. We're just saying this really quick. What did I say? I think I said, oh! Wait, okay, that doesn't look right. I think I got one wrong. This is the part with the wall? Bro, I'm so mad at myself. You're not doing a very good job. I remember this part. And yes. Oh! Let's compliment him. Why can't you just skip everything? I can't. I think we'll go from here. Let me look. I remember this. I can't believe we did this. I can't believe I did this to myself. Okay. I think we're here, right? Yeah, we're here. Okay. I was like, no. Alright, I'm sorry, guys. Alright, let's go. It has been days since Bro, what? What? Sorry. Okay. What just happened? Okay, Estrella, technically, I accidentally oversaved my data where I was. I was here. I accidentally oversaved it with Claude. That was a fail. Alright, we're gonna go back, right, guys? We're gonna go back. Right? Ready? We're gonna go back. I'm hungry. Serene, you need to eat, honey. Right, it has been days since Parfait and Delore revealed my mother's true identity and the inevitable responsibility I am to have on my shoulders once I turn 18. I've been trying to ask the king about Mother, but he is even busier these days than he was before, and it is impossible to find a single moment in the day to speak with him. The fact that I am a maid makes it even harder to garner his attention. When I am not on break, I continue to do my duty serving Emmy. Right now, I am accompanying her as she practices her walk and posture. Ophelia has been helping her, pointing out any mistakes she finds. I know how hard this is, dear. I had to go through this training as well before I married the king. Wow, rip. You know what? I feel bad for Ophelia and Emmy. Emmy allows her shoulders to slouch as she lets out an exasperated sigh. I've always hated these lessons. I had thought my posture was fine. This is supposed to refine it, and yet all these lessons have been doing is my heart. What? My cat was in a corner? At least you have a pet. Oh, Emmy, you'll get the hang of this. You just need to keep practicing. But Mother, I've had the same lesson before. Why must I do it again? Because you slouch when you walk, and that is unbecoming of a princess. Bruh, I slouch when I walk. Emmy scowls at her mother, and Ophelia's frown falls as she bursts into laughter. Mother, you're not helping. The atmosphere in the room is far from heavy as Emmy and her mother continue to conduct their lessons. It is almost the exact opposite of the lessons I had with Mother. Mother always got angry when I made even the smallest mistakes. Oh no, Momo's comparing Ophelia now. That's sad. Imagine having a good posture. I know, right, Titanium? I know this is hard, but as the crown princess, all eyes will be on you during the ball. The people will judge any small mistakes you make, which is why you need to be in top form on that night. Man, that's so pressuring. I know. Ophelia claps her hand. Alright, now to start again. Emmy groans before heading to the far wall and straightening her back. She takes a deep breath, puts a book on her head, and begins to walk again. Oh gosh. Wow, I feel attacked. Why do you mean you feel attacked? The book falls from her head on her third step. She sighs, moves back, and starts the process again. Neither of us break Emmy's concentration by speaking. We stand idly by and watch as she tries time and time again. I am surprised when Ophelia leans towards me and begins to whisper, Momo, I've been meaning to say this before, but I am grateful that you are friends with my daughter. Oh no! I look at Ophelia's smiling face with surprise. I never agreed to be her friend. You are not against the princess making friends with her servants? Why would I be? Oh my god, Ophelia is so much better than her actual mom. Why do you guys feel attacked? Is it because of the posture? I actually wish more of the staff here wouldn't be so uptight, since I would love for Emmy to be on good terms with the people who serve her. Besides, social status is never an obstacle to friendship. Aww! Ophelia shifts her gaze back to Emmy, who is now picking up the book that has once again fallen from her head. No matter your occupation or status, a friend is always a friend. You've given Emmy the courage she needs to face the many challenges she has ahead for her. She's so nice. In a way, you're like family, since you're always around us. Like family. Come what may, both family and friends are there for you and will accept you for who you are. What? Even before I was cursed, Emmy was always trying to be my friend. That means she knew all along who my mother was, and still wanted to be my friend. The thought makes me remember what Parfait told me about Mother threatening to kill Ophelia if the king did not marry her. I turned to Ophelia curious. Your Majesty, may I ask what you know about the late Queen's rule? Ophelia looks at me quizzically, so I quickly add a thoughtless lie. I was not in Angie and have only heard stories. I just thought it was hard to believe with how peaceful things are in the palace right now. The kingdom was a dark place back then. People lived in fear under her rule. The king had no real power over Angie. Gosh, this is... The witches had free reign over the kingdom. They cast the fairy tale curse incessantly and on a whim. We barely left our houses in fear of becoming cursed. Mother's reign was that terrible? The king still blames himself for the darkness that befell Angie during that time. This is why he works day in and out to stabilize the country and to put smiles on everyone's face. I remember long ago how he told me one of the reasons he would always continue to work hard for this kingdom was because he wanted to make a brighter tomorrow for his child. Oh! Children. Wait, what? Ophelia looks confused for a few moments, but then brushes off the awkwardness with a small shrug. Oh, okay, so she meant child by us, but she doesn't remember who we are. Oh my god, this is so... He helps the family in his own way. Is it possible that he said that with me in mind and Ophelia's slip up? But then maybe he was referring to Emmy and Rod. The kingdom's come a long way since then, hasn't it? There are still witches here and there, but most of them don't bother others. I pray that the peace we are experiencing right now will last. I see. Thank you for telling me. It is a bit of a deary topic, but I'm happy to have helped. If you need anything else, please don't hesitate to call me out. I'm gonna go. Bye. Okay, bye. Oh, bye, Morella. Okay. Man, Ophelia is actually nice. I know it may be traditionally protocol for a queen, but then I do not consider myself a typical queen. I try my best to listen to everyone here regardless of their title or name might be. I can only nod in her response. Technically, we just found out that our mom was mean. And Ophelia was actually like... Yeah, so that means like the king actually cared for us. So I'm kind of like, ooh, this is new. Princess or maid, the way Ophelia has treated me has never changed. She has always treated me with kindness regardless of who I am. I never saw it before because I always was so distant from everyone. But now I see that Ophelia treats everyone here with kindness, regardless of social status. I was always frustrated by the servants who, when they compared Ophelia to Mother, saying she was superior. My cat has the most beautiful light green eyes. Ooh woo. Lucky. At least you have a cat. I have a fish. Like, hi. But now, I think I understand why they would make such a comparison. True. Man. Emmy dismisses me after my lessons, and I begin to head immediately back to my room. I have just turned a corner when I notice Sir Alcaster standing before me, scowling. Oh my god. Watch where you're going, child. Someone we need to murder. I quickly avert my gaze, not wanting a confrontation. He always looks at me so strangely, almost like he can see into my mind, or is trying to. My apologies, Sir Alcaster. Sir Alcaster nods his head at me stiffly before walking off. He's so fishy. You're pardoned, princess. Bruh, he knows who we are. What is this nonsense? I turn to stare after him, but he has already turned a corner. My blood becomes cold. Why are you dabbing, Hermino? Was that just a slip of the tongue? No, he knows. But how could he know that I am a princess? Is it possible that he is cursed? No, honey. We know that, what's his name? Mithras. Mithras knows, so I'm pretty sure he told him. No, somehow that does not seem right. But if he does have the fairytale curse, could he be the witch that Delora warned me about? No, honey. Honey, it is Mithras. Hello, everyone. Hello, Lunar Potatoes. Welcome to the stream. What reason would he have for unveiling his identity then? Unless he just wants to intimidate me further. It occurs to me that Fritz still remembers who I am. Did he tell his father about me? Now I am even more confused about whom I should trust. Momo? Hello, Rod. I don't know if I like you, but it's okay. I jump when I hear Rod call me. His expression slowly creases with something that looks like worry. Wait, what? You're pale. Did something happen? Huh? Would he believe me if I told him? Let's tell him. I trust Rod, right? I trust Rod, right? I trust Rod, right? If I tell Rod, because he's cursed, like he obviously remembers who we are, so tell him. Hello Damien, welcome to the stream. Okay, I'm gonna tell him. Sir Alcaster knows I am the princess. Do you think he's the witch Delora was talking about? Do what you want? Yeah, I'll do. Hello Elizabeth Young, welcome to the stream. I whisper the words to him and he responds by raising his eyebrows looking surprised. What makes you say that? This isn't just because of the standish off way he acts, is it? You don't believe me? Okay, I don't like Rod. Rod sighs. I never said that I didn't. It's just that we can't just blindly accuse anyone without any real proof. Rod stares at me for a few moments, then closes his eyes, his eyebrows slightly furrowed with thought. Sir Fitzgerald also remembers who you are. I can't say Fitzgerald. I trust Rod, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Like, Rod's very skeptical. He's like a tsundere. Like, he's pure tsundere. I do not want to be suspicious of Fritz, but I don't think blindly trusting him would be right either, given these circumstances. You need to stay vigilant around him. If anything happens, you can come talk to me about it. You're worried about me? Rod averts his gaze from me. Of course I am. Oh, okay, maybe I kind of like him. Wow, you're actually being honest, says Sevi. Yep, he's a tsundere. What? Rod glares at Sevi before pinching his cheek. Sevi does not deserve the pinches. He shouldn't. Anyway, I must leave now. I have a dance to practice for. Dance? But you already know how to dance. What do you have left to practice? Rod does not answer, and when he walks away, I decide to follow after him. Why are we following him, bruh? What? Why did you follow me? I shrug. I wanted to see you practice. To be honest, I want to see him dance. I already know that Emmy is very clumsy when it comes to dancing, but outside of the one practice with Emmy, I have never seen Rod dance. Emmy always gloats on his behalf, but I have yet to witness Rod's supposed talent with my own eyes. Our dance together was so short I barely had any time to judge him. Sevi's the best wingman. He really is. Like, can we just go for Sevi? I do not practice with an audience. Why? It is my preference. Rod is easily embarrassed. Oh my god, Sevi's like, man, we're gonna expose him. Rod groans and pinches one of Sevi's cheek, glowering. Sevi does not deserve this. Can we get like, Sevi doesn't deserve this? Is there like a teddy emoji that we can put? Because he doesn't deserve the pinches. Sorry. Rod reluctantly releases the bunny with a sigh. I notice you've been talking more lately, Sevi. Oh, that's because Rod has been saying things that contradict what he thinks or feels. Sevi makes the sound of the feet as Rod once again pinches one of his cheeks. He doesn't deserve this! Rod is like, ooh. Rod stares at me with wide eyes and I stare back, beginning to panic. What is wrong? You smiled again. Oh! I put a hand to my mouth, flushing. Oh, okay. I was smiling again. I never even noticed. It was a pretty smile, princess. Right, Rod? Sevi! My man Sevi. I love Sevi. He's the best. Rod quickly turns away, cheeks slightly pink. Oh, he's cute though. I need to practice now, so I would appreciate you leaving. He did not even command me to leave. What a surprise. Like, bro, Sevi is a baby and is the best exposer. He really is. Like, Sevi's amazing. Sevi's like best wingman. He's the guy, like, he's a friend out of the friend group that would like be like, oh yeah, she wants your number, take it. Emmy said you were a really good dancer. I want to see it with my own eyes. Why? So you can judge me? I'm sure that I'm a better dancer than you. Let's be sassy. Aw, yeah, it's kind of cute. I kind of like him, but I don't like him more than Rod. Like, Rod is still, like, my number one for me. Let's go for, I'm sure, I want to be sass. We're gonna sass him. The scowl on, maybe I made, okay, maybe I should have thought that through. The scowl on Rod's face deepens. I almost smirk. Maybe he's reluctant to show me, but Rod is also full of pride. He is more likely to show me if I pose a challenge. Mom was like, analyze the situation. I'm giving him sass. He didn't even answer the question. And Are you underestimating my dancing? Yes, Rod. We're gonna add some sass and spice in there. The others may have forgotten, but you still remember, do you not? I am a princess and was taught by the kingdom's best instructor. I say the words of pride and I notice Rod's lip twitch in response. Oh, this is cool. It actually makes me feel accomplished to get under Rod's skin when he is usually the one getting under mine. This is fun. I like this. Let's just give him more sass. Having the best instructor does not automatically make you the best dancer. I am pretty confident with my own skills. Say what you want, but I will refuse to believe you without any proof. I still say that I am a better dancer than you are. Oh, this is a Rod! Okay, so we like some sass and spice. Okay. Rod steps forward and pulls me suddenly into his arms. Wait, what? Taking me by surprise, he looks at me, clearly determined. Oh my god! He's so short, but it's okay. It's okay, Rod. It's okay. Fine then, you'll have your proof. I'll make you swallow those words with this dance. We shall see. Are we gonna get another picture? Rod starts leading the dance. He glides us into imaginary rhythm of a waltz. Even without the music, I am able to count the steps in my head as I follow his lead. Ooh, spicy. Yeah, we're gonna add some salt, some spice, some sugar. We're gonna add everything. This is different from that short dance we showed Emmy. Rod's movements are graceful, his touch gentle as he leads me to an underarm twirl. Oh! Wait! He's kind of cute. He's kind of okay, I'm kind of digging this. Uh-oh, this is bad. I feel like I'm cheating on Karma or Claude. When I come to face him once again, I notice the gentle way he stares at me. The usual hardness of his expression is gone, melted into something relaxed. I find myself staring back at him, looking into his eyes. Perhaps Rod does have some gentleness to him. Our gaze does not break as he twirls me. What? I love this picture. You have beautiful eyes. What? Oh my god. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What? Rod? Are you okay? Is he high? I feel like he's on something. This is so freaking cute. He's like, challenge accepted. I feel like you guys are a bit delayed because I'm seeing the chat and it's like so delayed. Rod's eyes widen as soon as mine do. He abruptly lets go of my hand and steps back. I only stare at him, my face warm. It wasn't me this time. Sebi's like trying to like defend himself because Rod's gonna pinch his cheek, but Rod said it himself. That's adorable. That was more than just a taunt, I swear. Rod says nothing, though his cheeks continue to darken with embarrassment. Oh my. Oh my god! Rod and I turn and look at Emmy, who is hovering by the door. Excuse me. Oh my god, Emmy saw! That is so cute! Oh, guys, I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling in love. No, I must remain loyal. Oh, this is actually getting really cute. What just happened? Oh my god, we're blushing! That was a wonderful dance, Momo. You were watching? Emmy! I only just saw the last few minutes, but you know, the two of you really did look like a couple. It was sweet. Oh, Emmy! A couple? Oh, you're blushing! I put a hand to my cheek and turn away with a scowl. I am not. Besides, whatever just happened was embarrassing. It really was. Do you like Rod? I stare at her. I do not. Also, you're forgetting that I am a maid who cannot be with the prince even if I wanted to. He is grumpy and cold, and even though we are not blood related, he is still my stepbrother. Oh god, I remembered. Oh wow. If only Emmy realized how crazy her words were in the light of truth. Momo's falling in for faster than my self-esteem. I'm sorry, Titanium. Emmy suddenly looks starry-eyed as she giggles at me. Love knows no boundaries, dear Momo. Besides, he seems to like you. Your brother hates me. Rod can be a contradiction sometimes. Sometimes he says the opposite of what he feels. It's only when you get to know him as well as I do that you realize what his truths are. Man, this is bad. I cannot help but think of Sebi, who always speaks Rod's thoughts aloud when they are contradictory. He was always so mean to Viorica when we were young. He would have always bullied her for being a crybaby, even though he cried far more often. But then I realized he treated her more special than he did anyone else. Back then I knew that he liked her. Oh my god, no! I thought that one day the two of them might even grow to love each other, but... Oh god, this sad music. This sad music. Emmy lets out a long sigh as she directs her attention out the window. His attitude towards her has changed ever since he was cursed. Then they grew even more distant when Viorica found a lover. Hold up, I think I'm connecting the dots, right? Let me speak about this, guys. Right, hear me out. You know how he has the mermaid's curse? In the real version, right? In the real version, the mermaid needs to kill the prince to become a mermaid again. But she actually decides to turn into sea foam because she loves the prince that much. And I think her sisters did something. Yeah, I think, yeah, no, what happened was the sisters cut their hair and told her, oh, if you don't, we did this for you, so kill the prince. And then she doesn't actually kill the prince. She turns into sea foam. I'm connecting this. What if Rod is the Little Mermaid, kind of like he's in the situation of the Little Mermaid. He's a prince. It's like, you know, it's like the opposite kind of roles. So maybe to break his curse, he has to kill Viorica? Like, man, that's so dark! What the freak? Like, if that's the actual thing. Cause I'm, like, it's the Little Mermaid, right? Am I right? Or is it like the good Disney version of the Little Mermaid? Like, where they get married? Like, cause I can only think of the Grimm Brothers Tale one. I'm so curious. Is that... Wait, am I getting, like, is this like a thing? Because, like, wait, like, what? Like, Rod gave up his singing, and then maybe, like, you know, maybe to, like, break the curse? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. How would he be with Viorica, then? Maybe he has to fall in love with Viorica? No, Yumi, it's okay. Wait, let me think. What if Viorica has to love Rod back? Because in The Little Mermaid, what happened was, the condition was if the prince fell in love with her and got married, then she would be fine, right? She would stay human, right? I think. Yeah, her sisters cut their hair. Does that mean that Emmy has to do something too? Does she have to cut her hair? Because her hair is amazing. Like, I know she'd look like a really pretty, like, even with short hair, she's still beautiful. Wait, I'm so confused. Am I getting somewhere? I think Emmy needs to know because her sisters were involved, right? Ariel's sisters were involved with the cutting hair and the dagger, right? Right? Does my conspiracy make sense? I am so big brain. I feel like that's it. I would be so sad if that's Rod's curse. Is that the reason why you would keep going? Well, is that the reason why you've been going to the toy shop with Prince Rod because you want to bring them back together? Emmy nods. Do you guys think that's big brain? Like, am I big brain? Am I big brain time? I think after playing that game, my brain just expanded like 10 times. The three of us were best friends, the three musketeers. It's not the same without Rod. I keep on asking him what's wrong, but he refuses to tell me. He's always been stubborn, but it's not like him to keep secrets. It's really frustrating because I have no idea what I should do to help him. They wanted to help, so they got themselves involved. I feel like Emmy needs to cut her hair. And then maybe the dagger. Yes, he had a big brain moment. Yeah, but like, it makes sense. Like, but I don't know about the Viorica. I don't know if Viorica has to fall in love with him, but I'm pretty sure she's engaged already. And it's a bit too late. And to break the curse, I think the only option that Rod would have is to kill Viorica, because like he technically loves her. Right? Right? I don't know. I'm just gonna keep playing. I'm getting hyped. That's such a good curse. Like, that is really good. I thought he was just being stubborn with me, but apparently no amount of prodding, even from his own family, will make him budge. Why is he being so difficult? I hope you do not mind me asking, but what do you know about his curse? Emmy stares at me for a few moments before nodding. You're my friend, Momo, and I know that I can confide in you. I know that sometimes I am not trusting enough, but I think Emmy is still far too trusting. We only know that he has the mermaid's curse. I know it! I've read the story so many times hoping that I can figure out some way to break his curse. I think back and realize that I had actually read the beginning of The Little Mermaid a long time ago, but I did not have a chance to finish it because I was caught by Mother. The Little Mermaid is about a mermaid who trades her voice for legs, right? Yes, she does it so she can be with her prince. It's my birthday today. I forgot. I'm dumb and forgetful. Also, hi! Oh my god, let's get happy birthdays in for Blue Diamond Dragon. Happy birthday! Man, I'm big brain, big boom. Big brain time. I like your theory. Thank you, Sakura. Rod's voice was taken away, but I'm sure that he was given something in exchange. Okay, that's true. What did he become? I mean, a prince? Yeah? I've heard that the curse are derived from the original tales, but that they are twisted in some way to fit a format of a curse. I nod slowly, thoughtful. I have a strong feeling that Rod's curse is related to Viorica, but I cannot draw the connection. Bruh, Momo, I did it. The real Momo did the dots. I drew a map and I drew the dots together. I did it like boom, boom, pacow, and boom. I think I know the curse, and it's such a good story. I love this. I'm sorry. Big brain time. But still, Viorica might be the key to understanding his curse. If Rod will not divulge in anything, the next best chance we have of understanding his curse might be going through Viorica. Does that mean we have to kill Viorica to free him? Because that's just a bit... Like, I don't want to murder her. Be careful what you wish for. That font is so hard to read. You're a detective? You did a big brain. I know, but that's because, like, Grim Fairy Tales. I actually watched a video about, like, the real versions, like, the really messed up versions, and I'm crying. I wish I didn't, but I cry. Mulan is the only one that is, like, really nice, like, because... In the end, Mulan actually gets accepted and she becomes general, so yeah. Today is the first time I am leaving the palace on a day off. Usually I choose to stay inside, whereas the other servants always leave to go home. I never see any reason to leave since this has always been my home. Bro, she be nerding out. I do be bringing my inner nerd out. After the merchant has never been home. Wait, what? And the merchant has never been home. Besides, it is not as if I want to return. Not after that conversation we all shared last time. Thus, I have spent most of my day asking questions about Mother's reign, inquiring when and where I can. The opinions do not surprise me. I was so scared of her. One wrong move and she'd have thrown you in prison. The townsfolk would always wait for her to pass by before leaving their houses. She was a tyrant. The kingdom is a better place now that she's gone. I would love to read the... Okay, Serene, I don't know why. But to be fair, they had... I don't know what morals they had. Not gonna lie. I know, I slept in. What happened? Don't worry, Margaret. It's okay. We're getting Rod's good ending. And I think I cracked his curse. I cracked it. I had big brain moments, you know? There's no reason for them to lie to me. The more I hear, the more my old life makes sense to me. I now know why the king never seemed to love Mother and why people hated her. And the reason people looked at me with such fear. However, it has been months since I have been glared at in public. If there's one good thing about this curse did for me, if there's one good thing that this curse did for me, it is that it allows me to travel around town without being noticed. As Viorica's shop comes into view, my thoughts shift to the reason I have left the palace in the first place. If Rod will not tell me anything, I will have to ask Viorica. She might be related in some way to his curse. I pause outside the door of the toy shop. With a deep breath, I push the door open. She has been having big brain moments since her birthday. She is evolving. I am evolving. This is making me think of Black Butler. Wait, really? How? Welcome. The moment she sees me, her expression becomes confused. Oh, you're the princess's maid. Momo, wasn't it? I nod at her. You've never come in here alone before. What can I help you with? I wanted to ask you something. It is about Prince Rod. Prince Rod? Did something happen to him? Is he okay? He is fine. She sighs with relief. Then what is it that you would like to ask? I just want to know if you knew anything about Rod's sudden muteness. Viorica stares at me for a few moments before she shakes her head. I only know that it happened soon after I met my fiancé, Desmond. Hold up, big brain time. Hold up, big brain time. Big brain time. Okay, my analysis. Let's connect this. Let's go step by step. So, Rod exchanged his voice for something. I'm going to assume it's the part. Maybe becoming a prince. Yeah, we're gonna say, I think it's becoming a prince, right? No, but Ophelia loved... Okay, maybe it's becoming a prince. He exchanged his voice to become a prince? Yeah, he exchanged his voice to become a prince. I don't know why, but okay. Let's just say. And his goal to break the curse originally was to fall in love, to get Viorica to feel the same way. However, since he failed to do that, because Viorica now has a fiance, he lost his voice. So now, the only way to break the actual curse is to kill Viorica. Boom, boom, bam. Tell me your opinions. Oops, sorry mama, my phone died. No problem, Estrella. I'm having a big brain moment. I'm having a nerd moment. I think after Bjorka met her fiance and she fell in love with someone else, the only way to break the curse now is to kill Bjorka. Am I smart? Did I get it? Am I like, this is such a good curse. This has me connecting the dots like strings. Like there's a map in front of me and it makes much more sense. Off with her head, Arino! What? I actually hope there's no murdering. What if he traded his voice to become a prince? That wouldn't make sense. Why would you trade your voice to become a prince if your mother was already in love with the king? That's my only question. I don't know if he actually... Yeah. I couldn't think. The only thing I can think about is he traded his voice to do something, I don't know what. Maybe to like look handsomer, maybe to be smarter, maybe to like, I don't know. Yes, that's kill her for the blood god. What? No, we're not killing her for the blood god. Oh, like Sebastian and... Oh, Ciel. What if his mother isn't his real mother? It can't be. I mean, he could look like the mom. Mermaid logic, he didn't feel like a real prince. Maybe he traded it to have the properties of a real prince. Like, oh my god, that's just big brain time. Like, whoa. I'm like, Because, like, I think, like, even Emmy is having a really hard time. You wouldn't fit in, like, that fast. He's gonna kill everyone like that king from yesterday. No, Reno. Don't say that. What reason do you have for asking? I'm sorry, but let me hear your opinions, right? What do you guys think? I think I know now. I want to continue. Well, I try to think of a plausible explanation for this, and then I immediately consider Emmy. Bjorka is Emmy's best friend. Surely she'll be willing to help if she knew I was doing this for Emmy. Prince Rod has been very quiet recently. Princess Emmy has been worried sick about him, but he refuses to say anything, even to her. I've been trying to gather information that might be helpful in discerning this cause. I stared at her expectantly, hoping that my gaze holds nothing but determination. Finally, Bjorka smiles. She's lucky to have a dedicated friend like you. Or maybe he wants his stepfather's love? Maybe traded his voice to lose his feelings for Bjorka? Why would... But then, Titanium, the thing is, if he did that, then... Actually... So would the only possible way... You know, Titanium, I think you're getting... But that wouldn't... Like, the mermaid traded her voice to get... To have a chance for the prince, right? Would Rod do that? I think he... Yeah, maybe he did, Titanium. Maybe that is it. Oh my god, we're so big brains. Let's just combine all our IQs together and easy clap. Easy clap. I am still not accustomed to the fact that Emmy considers me a friend. Before she became a princess, I was her first confidant. We were like sisters. But now that she's living in Castle, we no longer have the luxury of spending so much time together. I worry about her constantly. Momo is big brain, tall brain. Yes, we big brain. With all our IQs combined, we can defeat the world. Heartbreak because it was shortly after she got engaged? Yeah, maybe I think so too, Titanium. You know what? I think you're getting somewhere. Your brain, big brain. Everyone, let's just applaud. This is such a good story. We're not even done and we already know what the curse is. I think. Alright, could be wrong. Maybe it's the happy mermaid, but I don't see why it would be. So, even around me, Em always tends to keep her problems to herself at first. She doesn't like to bother other people with them. It is not hard to agree. With the way Emmy has been always smiling before, I never thought she had problems in her life. It was only recently that I discovered that she was hiding all her loneliness and pain behind a smile. It's a relief she befriended someone who cares so much about her. Bjorka looks 12. How is she engaged? Yes, we're getting claps. Good job, everyone. We cracked it. This game makes my IQ go up. Yeah, it does. I don't know if I can be of much help, but I tell you what I know if it will help Emmy. To start with, I'm not exactly sure how everything changed, but it all of a sudden happened to me. All I know is that after the night I met Desmond, our relationship changed. At first he still smiled, but recently he's been avoiding me. I mean, isn't Rod like 16? Rod is 16, I think. What happened between the two of you the night you met your fiancé? Nothing. Rod and I did not meet on that day. Prince Rod wasn't there? No. But soon after what happened that night, Rod grew distant. What happened? It was a stormy night and I was heading back home. I took the route by the riverbank because it was the shortest route. It was foolish of me. The road was slippery and full of mud. I lost my footing and fell into the water. Wait! Oh my god! The waves were strong, and I was certain I was going to drown. I don't remember what happened in the darkness of that water, only that when I woke up, my head was in Desmond's lap. That was the first time we met, but not the last. He carried me home, and he came by every day as I was recovering. And then he came to visit even after I recovered. He traded Viorica. He traded his voice to save Viorica's life. Oh my god! This is like the Little Mermaid. This is so fast. Well, if he traded his voice to be a prince to win the love of Viorica like the original, how the mermaid traded her voice for the way. Yes, I mean, but now we found out. I think he traded his voice to save Viorica. And then this dude, Desmond, comes out of nowhere. It's like, yeet, I'm gonna be that, who is it that, was it the sea witch that transformed? Or was it the actual, I think it was like some sort of nun, I think. I think it's the nun, right? Wasn't it originally a nun? Like a nun or like some sort of maiden? Because what happened in the real story was the mermaid actually saved the prince, and then the prince ended up waking up seeing another woman, and his head was on her lap. So does that mean this is so dark? What the frick? This game is such a good plot. I have to commend it. But I still ended up falling in love with him. You have no idea how happy I was when he said he loved me too. It was a dream come true. Nuns? I don't know, Margaret. In the original story, it was. Like, the nun was young, I think. Of course, every Grimm's dream of marrying a prince. It was all in the fairy tales as I read as a child. Okay, hold up. So, Rod traded his voice to save Viorica. He was a prince. It could have all worked out, but what happened was Viorica was dumb and decided, let's take the route by the slippery river with the mud, right? Yeah, the prince fell in love with a different woman. I don't know if it was a nun. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was a maiden, but that was like that's the picture I saw, so I could be just assuming. Okay. None of that was at all related to Rod. How does this relate to his curse? So technically, this person right now is the prince in The Little Mermaid, like playing the role. You said your relationship with Prince Rod changed after the night. What happened? Viorica sighs. I told Em and Rod about Desmond soon after the incident. Em was happy that the two of us had fallen in love, but Rod didn't say much of anything. That's when I noticed he started growing distant, and when I realized that he had also lost his voice. He still won't tell me anything, but I figured that he was. Her voice fades, but I know she's referring to the curse. We have cracked the code! So, this is it, guys. Rod traded his voice to save Viorica. To break the curse, he had two ways: for Viorica to fall in love with him, or to kill Viorica, which had probably has a time limit, I'm assuming. So, since Viorica fell in love with Desmond, the only option now left for Rod to break the curse is to kill. This is like the Little Mermaid. This is like the actual Little Mermaid. So when do you get to kill her? Rita was like, when do you get to kill her? I have no idea, honey. Yeah, Rod technically traded her. Yeah, this is like the Little Mermaid. This is literally the Little Mermaid without the witch. Well, without the sea witch, except there's an actual witch that put him under this curse. This is making so much more sense. This is such a good plot. So Rod lost his voice shortly after Viorica met Desmond. And I'm pretty sure the Little Mermaid didn't speak, but it got only more painful. The mermaid's curse must have something to do with the tale. The Little Mermaid traded her voice for legs so that she could be with her prince. But that night, the only person who found her prince charming was Viorica. Rod's curse must have done something with Desmond and Viorica. He became distant with her after finding out about Desmond, but why? Then there's the fact he still spoke to Viorica, even if he was still distant. It was only when he found out about their wedding that he became so cold. I frown as I try to organize my thoughts. Momo, I'm sorry, but you're not too smart. You don't have the big brain knowledge like us. Like, whoa. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. This is like a drama. It is. It's such a good drama, though. How did it get to be this late? I'm so sorry, Momo, but I have to close the shop now. Sorry for the story. I know it has nothing to do with Rod, but it was after that incident that he began to act strangely. I don't think I was much of help, but I shake my head. You have told me what you could. Viorica walks me to the door, opening it so that both of us can step out onto the streets. I really hope that you're able to help Emmy and Rod. I hope so too. Did you see Ophelia the other day? Wait, what? I catch sight of two noblewomen sitting on the bench together, not too far away from the toy shop. They're referring to Ophelia without her title. How disrespectful. Who would have thought a peasant like her could almost look like royalty? But her dress. As the queen, she ought to be wearing silks rather than satin. I do not know why, but I bristle at their comments. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but the fact that they are speaking so bluntly in public means that they have little worry for being overheard. I'm still not sure what the king saw in her. Well, you know what they say about ladies lacking natural beauty. What? What? She's so pretty! What do you mean? Her talents must lie in other more persuasive areas. She must be very persuasive indeed if this king saw it worthwhile in marrying her. As the two women laugh, I feel something hot begin to burn in my stomach. Viorica takes in a sharp breath beside me. Since I became a maid in the palace, Ophelia has been nothing but kind to me, a mere servant. She has all the right to flaunt her status and title, yet she remains humble. I now know that this is why everyone at the palace loves her. Common woman like her can only keep a man's affection for so long. I start walking towards them without thinking. Okay guys, this is it. I think Rod traded his voice to become a prince. Like this, why would they, what is the purpose of this? I start walking towards them without thinking. Momo, I wouldn't. You have no right to say those things about the queen. The two women are clearly surprised at my interruption. Both of them glare at me. And you have no right to eavesdrop on us. Eavesdropping? Anyone could have heard you. Their mouths fall open. One of the women looks at me for a long time, then sneers sullenly as if something has occurred to her. I thought you looked familiar. You're the crown princess's personal maid. I see you always following her around when she's in town. This is none of your business, girl. Why do you care so much for our opinions? Ah, perhaps it's because the girl idolizes the queen. Thinks she might also go from rag to riches. What? Oh, you do have a point. They stand and advance toward me. Do you want the prince for yourself, girl? Oh my god, I hate these women. If a commoner can become the queen, it's not too difficult to imagine yourself as a princess, is it? How foolish. You're better off dreaming smaller dreams, girl. They laugh, and irritation in my chest blazes into full anger. Is this what Ophelia has been dealing with for the past year? She's being treated so cruelly when she has done nothing but love the king. And I also ridiculed her just like this. I forced myself to look at the cruel woman as I moved my hand to the pendant hanging on my necklace. I was just as cruel as them. I barely feel Viorica's hands as she rested against my shoulder. Momo, let it go. Her Majesty wouldn't want to do this. But I cannot just let those two women talk about Ophelia like this. I pull away from Viorica and stand firm. The queen has a good heart. She is far more noble than either of you could have ever hoped to be. I think back on the times I was cruel to her. Ophelia could have easily reprimanded me, but I can't say that word. She had that right as my stepmother, yet she has done nothing but kind to me. Ophelia never got angry at me, even despite my treatment toward her and her family. She always treated others with kindness, even when they are cruel to her. Judging from the bitterness in these accusations, it seems like you are jealous of her. How pathetic. The other woman marches toward me and my free hand instinctively moves to hold her hand just before her palm reaches my cheek. Damn! Yes, Momo! Defend! I will not tolerate any insults toward the queen. A soft light emanates from the pendant and I can only stare at it in shock. I got another good deed? By defending Ophelia? The woman snatches her hand away. How dare a peasant like you talk to us that way? Have you no manners? I could ask the same to you. What happened to yours? How dare you? Don't you know who we are, girl? I will see you pay for your impertinence. Our words are far more weight than yours ever will. I will go to the king myself to tell him about how rude you were. I can pass on that message myself. I turn and see Rod walking towards us, his expression cold. The two noblewomen hastily curtsy. Your Highness! Oh my god! Yes, Rod! The noblewoman turned pale as Rod's eyes fall on them. Actually, we have an important dinner engagement. Yes, we do. The two noblewomen curtsy before quickly departing. Someone tell those cards to shut up. Yes, they're so mean. What are you doing here without guards, you? What trouble have you gotten yourself into now? Okay, let's not tell him. He's gonna get mad at us. He's gonna get so mad at us if he figures out what we did. Let's not tell him. Let's not tell him. Because He will get mad at us if he figures out we've been sniffing our noses into Viorca. Yeah, I'm not telling him. It's nothing. If you refuse to tell me what happened, I will have to assume that the noblewoman were telling the truth about you. Momo has done nothing wrong. In fact, I think Momo only did what you or Amy would have done if have you heard the awful things those women were saying about your mother. What? She stood up for the queen when she didn't have to. Then why didn't you just say so? Uh-oh. Would you have believed me? Oh my god! Rod drops his gaze from mine. Actually, that's true. Would Rod believe us? I don't know. You never gave me a chance to believe you, did you? Oh. Okay, he would have believed me? How am I to know that? Rod is like a walking contradiction. You're not wrong, Momo. Rod glances up again, this time to look at Viorca. We shouldn't keep you from returning home, Viorca. I'll take Momo back to the palace. Viorca's eyes narrow and she looks ready to say something, but Rod has already reached out for my hand to pull me along behind him. Was that the right option? I think we got the wrong option. Oop. I think we got the wrong option. No! That's our first wrong one. When we are out of sight of Viorca's shop, Rod stops, releasing my hand as he turns to face me. Did you really think I would refuse to believe you if you told me the truth? You never liked me. You have no reason to believe me. Rod sighs, running a hand through his hair. I told you that I would help you break your curse, right? That offer alone should be enough for you to know that I... Rod turns away, suddenly looking embarrassed. This is the wrong. That I don't dislike you anymore. Psych! Psych, Titanium, I got the right option. I'm cracking the codes. You're expecting me to assume that? How would I know unless you made that absolutely clear? Well, I'm making it clear now. Man, he's such a tsundere. I understand. Oh god, Margaret's fangirling. Anyway, thank you for standing up for my mother. It seems like you don't require my assistance in breaking your curse after all. He gestures to my necklace. Congratulations on your second good deed, Momo. Oh my god, his smile is so cute. How do you do this every time? I don't know, Titanium. I just break the code. I am breaking the code. Suddenly, tongue-tied, I find myself looking everywhere but at Rod. Why? When I have once again gained my senses, I turn to the road. My eyes narrow as I recognize the path we are on. This is not the way back to the palace. No, it isn't. We're going to the merchant. Why? Because I was on my way there before I was forced to take a detour because someone was drawing attention to herself. Oh my god, what? What? But Rod ignores me, and we walk the rest of the way to the merchant in silence. Man, okay. Waltz is the only person in the reception room when we enter. Prince Rod? Princess? It's a little late for the two of you to be here. I had meant to be here earlier. Is Lady Parfait here? Waltz nods. I'll go get her. Wait here. As soon as Waltz leaves us alone, Rod turns to me, his expression rigid. Rod steps closer and grabs my shoulders. Wait, what? Oh, okay, what is this picture? Why is he mad? I wasn't able to say so earlier because we were out in public, but you should just know how much danger you're in now. And yet you thought it was okay to be around on your own? Oh my god, he's worried? It was my day off today. It is not unreasonable for me to want time for myself. Time to yourself? Don't you understand the meaning of being careful? Why would you do something as foolish as going out into town alone? Why is he mad at us now? Man, we were alone out in the streets a while ago. I cannot help but bristle at his tone. Kiss, oh god, Margaret. Why are you so angry? Because you're... Rod trails off and looks away. Because you're family. Oh god, we just figured out that Rod is... So you're finally acknowledging me as family? I notice his cheeks turning red. Wait, what? To be honest, you're less of a family member and more just... important. What? He likes us! We need to kill Viorca. I'm sorry. We need to kill Viorca. Important? Because of all that you do for Emmy. Man, he swerved that so good. He 360'd. You're important to my sister. I feel lies. There's a pigeon. There's two pigeons on my window. I never saw pigeons so close in my life. What? Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys. He looks uncomfortable as he says the words, and I cannot help but marvel at his embarrassment. Why is he so embarrassed? But Rod changes the topic as he turns away from me. Bro, come back, get this man out of here. Yeah, Reno. Why were you with Viorica? I can only think of a reason you'd speak to her. My curse. You thought you'd find out about my curse through her? I shrug. I can only assume that your curse has something to do with Viorica. I look up when Rod says something, then stare at the curious sight before me. He has taken Sebi off his shoulder and is holding the doll in his hand away from his face. The two seem to be engaged in some silent conversation. Then gently, Sebi speaks words I can hear. This is the right thing to do. You need to let her help you, Rod. Is he going to explain his curse? I would like to be important to your sister. Titanium, same. Emmy's so sweet. Hold on. Okay. So he's gonna tell us about his curse, so we're gonna get this, right? Rod bites down on his lower lip before briefly closing his eyes. Eventually, he turns Sebi to his usual spot on his shoulder and turns it to me. Fine, you're stubborn, and you're not going to quit investigating unless I tell you, are you? You're right, Viorica is the reason I was cursed. Oh no! Rod sits down on his settee and lets out a heavy sigh. His eyes are far away as he speaks to me. I was in love with Viorica, but I wasn't brave enough to tell her. I just followed her around like some kind of puppy. One day, Viorica hadn't come home, and it was raining very heavily, so I went out to look for her. I found her walking along the bank of the river. I called out to her to be careful, but I don't think she ever heard me. She slipped and... Rod swallows. He clenches onto one of his hands into a fist. She fell into the river. I dived in after her. I somehow managed to get both of us onto the riverbank, but it didn't look like Viorica was breathing. I didn't know what to do, so I started panicking. I ran off to try and find help, but I couldn't find anyone in the storm. When I returned, she was gone. I rushed to her house, and a doctor was already tending to her, along with Desmond. Rod's gaze is vacant as he nods. When Viorica began to fall in love with Desmond, I felt helpless. Did you not tell her that you were the one that saved her? Why would I? Viorica was so happy believing that she and Desmond were fated to be together, I couldn't do that to her. But surely if you told her... Rod interrupts me. I want the people I love to be happy. Desmond is a witch? Maybe? I don't think Desmond would be a witch. I don't care if their happiness causes me pain. I'd rather bear that alone instead of bringing down those around me. My chest aches as I watch Rod's face. I never would have guessed that Rod would be so selfless. But that didn't stop me from thinking that I could still make her love me instead. I decided to become what I thought Viorica wanted most. The Prince Charming of the fairy tales she so adored. And so I asked the witch to turn me into one. She stole my voice in exchange. Aha! I was right, but that didn't make sense. So technically the love that Rod technically made his mom marry the king. Only then did I realize that she had inflicted this fairy tale curse upon me, the mermaid's curse. The next day, the king turned up at our house, proclaiming that he'd been looking for my mother for years, that he'd never stopped loving her. What? The frick? What? When the king married my mother, I became a prince. It was just as the witch promised. But it didn't matter. I didn't see it when I made a deal with the witch, but I couldn't be blind to it forever. Desmond and Viorica really do love each other. They make each other happy. Nothing I can do will ever change that. Okay, I'm just saying this, but Rod's kind of selfish and selfless at the same time. So technically, what happened was Viorica actually was saved by Rod, but Desmond took the credit. And then Rod kind of was selfish in the way that he asked the witch to make him a prince, right? So that made his mother and his sister drag into the royal family. If Rod hadn't done that, we would not be related. Like, hello? Excuse me? Rod, Prince Rod? Oh. Parfait pauses in her track when she sees me. Waltz car. Yeah, this guy is a bit... he's selfless and he's selfish. That's a bit sad, though. Have I interrupted something? I'm gonna cry now because I'm a baby. I'm sorry, Yumi. I'm sorry, Yumi. No. Rod moves over to Parfait, but he stops to glance back at me. Wait, how do we break the curse? I won't be long. Parfait looks at Rod and then at me, her face puzzled, but she does not say a word as Rod and her leave the room. Rod, I don't know. Bro, if you hadn't done that, me and you wouldn't be related. I did not get the chance to discuss Rod's curse with him later that night, nor did I get the chance to speak with Parfait and Delora about my suspicions of Sir Alcaster. Days go by, but still I find myself overwhelmed by preparations for the ball. Things become more frantic every day, making it difficult for me to have any time to speak with anyone. Eventually, I decide to write a letter containing my suspicions of Sir Alcaster. I tell Parfait and Delora that I believe he might be the witch they are looking for. I also add that I believe Fritz might somehow be involved, though my suspicions are not as well founded with him. To make matters worse, he went and disappeared. I have not heard anyone mention his name for a very long time. I am forcibly pulled from my thoughts when I collide with someone. The linens I had been holding scatter over the floor. Excuse me, I did not. I look up and my voice trails off when I see who I bumped into. Lost in your thoughts? Says Mithras. Sir Mithras looks at me, something veiled in his smiling eyes. I suppose those are the linens the Queen asked for. Yes, please excuse me. I've been gathering up the linens, but as I reach out for one, Sir Mithras picks it up first. Allow me to help you. I'll be fine. But this was partially my fault. Let me assist you. I bite my lip and do not protest as Sir Mithras helps me gather the rest of the linens. I am contemplating my schedule for the rest of the day when I realize that Sir Mithras has been talking. I don't suppose you have any idea on who that maid is. Maid? There's a cold amusement in Sir Mithras' gaze. Surely you've heard the rumor of the young prince have been seen with a royal maid somewhere around town. Rumor has it that Rod has fallen in love. Wait, what? Rumor has it that Prince Rod has found love among the common folk, much like his royal stepfather has. Rod with a maid? As far as I'm aware, the only maid he has been out with in town with has been. I freeze as Sir Mithras straightens, patting down his clothes for dust before holding out some of the linens to me. If it is true, I wish him the best, though I wish he would be more discreet about it. A royal scandal is the last thing we need right now. What? I shakily take the linens from Sir Mithras as he inclines his head to me. I think Sir Mithras... Well, we know he's a witch. We already know he's a witch. Okay, bye, Immortal Roses. Thank you for joining the stream. Then F. Okay. Have a good one, Immortal Roses. Have a good day, Momo. I walk to the dining room in a haze, my mind whirling with the implications of what Sir Mithras just said. I am sure that was the noblewoman who spread this rumor. Yeah, it probably is. Ah, Momo, thank you for bringing these to me. Just leave them on the table. What do you mean? Ophelia looks so pretty and so nice. I don't understand. I curtsy after placing the linens down as commanded. If that is all... Momo... I straighten at the tone of Ophelia's voice. When I look up, I see that her expression is carefully still. I am about to ask you about something that you might not want to answer, but I very much hope you will. I will answer if I can. Good. Ophelia sighs as she sits down on one of the dining table chairs and folds her hand on her lap. I've been trying to ignore it since all the palace gossip is mostly false, but I can't help my curiosity. I wanted to ask about your relationship with my son. But what? I understand you and Rod were out together in the town a few days ago. Do you want to tell me what happened? Let's explain. Like, we honestly just went out. We're not even like a thing. And it's Ophelia. I don't want to lie to her. Hold up a second. If we break the curse, does that mean Ophelia and Rod are not going to become... No, but they're already married, right? I am so confused. What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to still be... I think they might be. Do you think they'll still be prince and, you know, queen? If Ophelia is asking me about these rumors, then I can only imagine what sort of stories those women made up. Prince Rod was just on his way somewhere when he chanced upon me. When he saw that I was in trouble with two noblewomen, he stopped to intervene, that is all. Rod said the same thing. Then why did you ask me, Your Majesty? To see what you thought about the situation. I don't think anyone should get a say in what your relationship with Rod is. My relationship with Rod? Well then, Rod would be with you, and that would make him a prince. Oh yeah, that's true. That is true, Titanium. Yeah, but like, cause you know Margaret, what happened was he exchanged his voice for his, to become prince, you know? So, I'm wondering if they're gonna still be, but then we technically won't be married. Like, we won't be, not married, related, right? Like, is that a thing? The divorce? I like you, Momo, and I'm certain that you're good for Rod. If I had my way, I would let him court you. What? Oh, Momo is blushing. I feel heat in my cheeks as I trip over my words. Oh, if only Ophelia knew who we were. The prince and I are not in a relationship. A member of the royal family cannot end up with a servant. Where's this love, there's hope. Social status shouldn't stop you from being happy, Momo. Then what about the fact that I am Rod's stepsister? Oh, that is so true. That is so true. You mean relationship with Waltz? Arena, you're so excited to see Waltz, what? I bite down on that statement fiercely. I already know that what role I am playing here, and I cannot break it. Ophelia looks at me with a complicated expression before she sighs. I will not push you on this any further. But be careful, Momo. Your closeness with my son and daughter has not gone unnoticed. I do not believe in limiting relationships because of one's status, but I understand. I curtsy as I move towards the dining hall's entrance. What did Ophelia mean by that closeness not going unnoticed? Later that day, as I am waiting outside the throne room for Emmy to finish one of her classes, two maids walk towards me and stop in front of me. Momo, isn't it? What is it? I have already finished all my tasks for the day. Oh, I'm sure you have. Probably rushed through all of them so that you could hang around the prince and the princess tonight. The head housekeeper has been giving you a lighter load so you can afford the time to play around, I blink at them confused. Wait, what the frick? We're getting bullied? Yeah, they're technically not related, but they are because of the curse. You're right, Lunar. I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't play dumb. All the servants know what you've been doing. Just because you're Princess Emmy's personal maid doesn't make you better than the rest of us. I'd be careful not to get too big on for your boots, Momo. Jesus, when we become the princess again, can we are you threatening me? Like, these maids are gonna be scared out of their brains. What if we are? Then I'd be very disappointed in you. Oh yes, Emmy, save us! Princess Emmy. Emmy moves to stand beside me, a disapproving expression on her face. I did not expect such cruelty from the two of you. You should be ashamed of yourselves, Your Highness. You really do have a talent for getting yourself into trouble. Rod? Rod pauses briefly, his eyes meeting mine for a second before he looks at the maids. Don't you have better things to do than bully my sister's maid? We apologize, Your Highness. We'll be on our way. The two maids run off. Emmy turns to look at me. Are you okay? That is bullying. Execute them. I would. I'm about to answer when I notice that Rod is abruptly walking away from us. I frown at his back. He only just started being nice to me, and now he's back to acting as if I do not exist. What did I do? Emmy puts her hand on my back and gently pushes me forward. You wanted to ask him something, right? I could see it in your eyes. Emmy smiles as she pushes the door to the throne room open. I have a few more questions to ask my teacher. I'll be a while. But she disappears into the throne room before I can finish. I glance down the hallway. Rod just disappeared down and back at the throne room. My thoughts whirl together in a vague mess until I make my decision. Wait. As the sound of my approaching footsteps, Rod turns and looks at me. He scowls, but he does not say anything. Bruh, let's add some sass and spice. What is wrong with this dude? Like, why does he have like mood swings? Like, he's worse than an actual girl. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Let's tell him off for his behavior. He's cute, but I need explanations, Rod. You can't just ignore me the next day. You know what I mean? I'm telling him off. Yeah, everyone's gay, yeah. Everyone's gay levels just rise. But Emmy's like a sweetheart. I wish there was like a flipping route for her. I would have definitely like done it. The words spill out of me before I can think on them. What have I done to make you angry with me? I am a raging homosexual. Oh my god, okay. Nothing. He turns away and I glare as I follow close behind him. You expect me to believe that? You can at least look at me when I'm talking to you. I reach out a hand to his elbow and pull him back so that he is facing me. Rod! But the words die in my throat when I see the expression on his throat. In his face. His face is red, and he refuses to look me in the eye. My surprise causes me to release him. Rod quickly turns around and begins to walk away. Oh my god, what's the good ending? I want to know. I am left to stare dumbly after him. What is wrong with him? Normally he is not so afraid to speak his mind. I frown as I feel a dull ache throbbing somewhere deep in my chest. What is this? Why do I feel sad? Normally Rod's distance does not make me feel like this. And yet now, am I really so sad that he does not want to speak with me? I shake my head and take a deep breath to still my mind. It is better not to think about it. I can't either. What is this? Just make out already? Margaret! Okay, chapter 8. The ball. It is the day of the ball and I am waiting for Emmy to finish her last day dance rehearsal. The lesson was over an hour ago, but Emmy remains here to continue practicing the steps. Meanwhile, I am preoccupied with the thoughts of Rod's curse. I cannot believe that Rod traded his voice for a title, so the reason the king was able to find Ophelia was because of Rod. It is difficult to wrap my hand around the implications, but one thing bothers me. Rod told me why he has the curse, but he gave no explanation as to how to break it. How did it go in the original fairy tale? Emmy finishes up the last steps of her routine before walking over to me. I hand her the glass of water I was holding for her. Thank you, Momo. Emmy must notice my curiosity because she stops to look at me quizzically. Is something the matter? I read a little bit of the fairy tale but never finished it. Can you tell me the whole story of the Little Mermaid? The Little Mermaid? Emmy takes a seat on one of the chairs bordering the room and gestures for me to take the one opposite to her. I can't blush, she's so cute! I freaking love Emmy. Telling a fairy tale is always a good way to wind down. Once upon a time there was a mermaid that fell in love with a handsome prince. One day, when she swam to the surface of the ocean to find him, she saw that the prince was celebrating his birthday on the grandest ship in the kingdom. The little mermaid was captivated by the human party and stayed to watch. Then suddenly, a violent storm hit and the prince was thrown from the ship into the sea. The little mermaid saved the prince and took him safely to shore. But she could not stay long. She eventually had to return to the ocean and meet him on land. This is similar to Bjorka's rescue. The little mermaid was so in love with the prince that she went to the sea witch, who offered her to trade her in a potion that would turn her mermaid's tail into legs. They struck a deal. The mermaid would sacrifice her beautiful voice for legs so that she could live with the prince on land. So in Rod's case, he traded his voice to become a prince. However, the sea witch gave the little mermaid a warning and said that if she wasn't able to make the prince fall in love with her, there would be consequences. Consequences? Yes. Namely, if the prince fell in love and married someone else, the mermaid's heart would break and she would dissolve into sea foam. I cannot help but recoil. My expression must betray my horror because Emmy quickly shakes her head. There's no need to be worried. Rod said that his curse is different from the fairy tale. And you believe him? Emmy shrugs helplessly as she puts down her now empty glass of water. The fairy tale curse to always twist the original fairy tale, right? Besides, it's not as if Rod traded his voice for legs and... I never heard of a cursed person that dies because they cannot break their curse. That may be true, but Emmy does not know what Rod traded his voice for. She does not know that he did it to become a prince for Bjorka. Rod already hid things from her, is hiding things from her. Is it possible that Rod will die the day Bjorka marries Desmond? What? Bruh! Like, I'm pretty sure we have to kill Bjorka. This is a bit dark. Later that day, I find Rod in the dining hall. He appears to be inspecting the seat arrangements for the night's banquet. He glances off briefly to look at me before returning his attention to the placards with the guest names on them. What is it? I've been looking for you all morning. I am distracted from what I am about to say when I notice Rod switching the position of two placards. I frown as I catch the names on one of them. He's moving Bjorka's place at the table. Is he trying to make sure she sits far away from him as possible? Surely you have better things to do than stay in here. What happens if you cannot break your curse? Rod's move and stutter before he shakes his head sharply. He's gonna die. That is something you do not need to know. I am going to beg. I need to know. I need to know. Are you going to die, Rod? Does everyone die? Like, guys, we have to know. I have to know. Something aches deep in my chest at Rod's coldness. Please. Rod startled so strongly that he almost dropped the placards he's holding. Please tell me. We have been partners for months now. But I've barely... Yes, I know that is an unusual partnership and that most of our helping each other has been subtle, but... I'm only one good deed away from breaking my curse, while you seem to be no closer to breaking your curse than when we started. I'll do whatever I can to help you with your curse, Rod. So please, let me help you. Silence falls. Moments later, Rod sighs and looks away from me. Some unspeakable sad emotion shines through his eyes. I think he's gonna die. Even if I wanted your help, Momo, there's nothing you can do. Dread settles in the pit of my stomach at Rod's words. Could I be right? Will Rod actually die if he doesn't manage to break his curse? Emmy told me the story of the Little Mermaid. She said that the mermaid dies if the prince marries someone else. Rod, when Bjorka marries Desmond, will you... My voice trails off and I hear the sound of the door behind us. Is it Ophelia or the king? Rod rushes forward and grabs me before I glance back at the door. Ow! I become aware of a weight holding me down to the floor. The impact of the ground against my head blurs my vision, making it impossible for me to see what's happening at first. Am I underneath the dining table? Why are we underneath the dining table? I struggle to try and sit up, but the weight pushes me down on me again, forcing me to be still. Quiet. Rod, why did you push me underneath the table? I am about to ask him aloud when the sound of footsteps silences. I cannot help but remember what Sir Mithras was saying about rumors. If Rod and I were seen alone together by the servants, the rumors will, no doubt, get worse. But why is Rod doing this? I stay quiet as the people that enter the dining table begin to talk. How strange for this place to be empty at this time of the day. There's a pause, and then another voice speaks up. You better have good news for me, Mithras. It's Alcaster Mithras. Rod's hands tighten on my shoulders. Everything is as you requested, Sir Alcaster. There should be no issues. There better not be. You've disappointed me before, Mithras. I would be careful not to try my patience again. Yes, Sir Alcaster. Sir Mithras sounds oddly subservient. But why? The two of them are both ranked equally, and neither of them should have answered to anyone other than the king. Unless Sir Alcaster truly is the witch and is forcing Sir Mithras to obey him with a spell. Wait a few minutes after I leave. We should not be seen together. I did not hear Sir Mithras respond, but I can hear Sir Alcaster leaving the room. Sir Mithras sighs out, but is otherwise silent. When he leaves the room after a few moments, I exhale fully as the door finally closes behind Mithras. This is bad. I was so engrossed in Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithras' conversation that I only now realize that Rod is hovering over me. What? Oh! Rod's over! Okay. Hey, are you alright? Are you hurt? You look a little... Rod suddenly pauses as he notices a position. He stares at me for a few moments, eyes wide. He scrambles out from underneath the dining table, and by the time I do the same thing, he is standing far away from me, his gaze fixed on the wall. He is bright red. It would be funny if it weren't for sure I was the same color. Rod clears his throat. It seems that Sir Alcaster really is the witch if he has the ability to make Sir Mithras obey him. Gross! Cooties, where's my walt? I made a screech, same. Lady Parfait should be told immediately. Rod turns on his heels to leave the dining room. Rod, wait. What? This is urgent. Princess, I can't just... When Bjorka marries Desmond, will you die? Rod pauses for a moment, but I can tell from his pained expression that he will not speak. You're running out of time, Rod. My eyes flit between Sebi and Rod. What does that mean? Nothing. Ew, he's gonna die! He's going to die if he don't break his curse. He turns away from me once again and starts walking away. Rod. There must be something in my voice that makes Rod stop because he turns to look at me. Please stop running away from this. What would knowing the answer achieve, Momo? Though Rod's words are harsh, his tone is soft. There's nothing anyone can do. Leave it alone, Momo. It's for the best. I cannot help but get mad at Rod's dismissive tone. I move towards him, frowning. How can you say something like that? You are the only person that will be affected if you keep refusing to do anything to break your curse. Can you imagine what your death would do to your sister? To your mother? Losing you would destroy them. Rod's face is suddenly inches away from mine. He places his hand to the wall behind me, caging me in. His face is flushed with anger, but the looks in his eyes is tormented. My family has always been dealing with the consequences of my action for the majority of my life. Don't think I do not know what effect my curse has on the people closest to me. Besides, I don't want you to be involved in this too. His voice is a whisper, but I can still hear his words. Rod. Rod pushes away from me and stalks off as I stare after him. He says that, but then he still does nothing to try and break his curse. I do not understand him at all. What is stopping him? I think it's killing Bjorka. I don't think he wants to kill Bjorka. Rod is absent from the palace for the rest of the day and returns only once the sun has set to prepare for the ball. I have not been able to talk to him since, but I assume that he has been to the margin to tell Delora and Parfait about our suspicions of Sir Alcaster being a witch. I hope they come up with an effective plan for dealing with him. The palace is not safe so long as he is here. The ball is just about to start that evening, and I have been asked to make sure none of the guests are lost and wandering the hallways. I have been walking around for a while, directing any late guests in the right direction. That should be everyone. But as I turn a corner, I notice two people lingering by a column. Excuse me, the throne room is... I pause when I look more closely at the two men in front of me. I recognize one of them instantly. What is Sir Alcaster doing outside of the throne room? And who is that man he's with? Ah, Momo. Is it Varg? Yuck, it's a barf. I'm sorry. Oh wow, I did a math assignment. It was pretty easy. Oh, good job if you found it easy. Bruh, it's Varg. We know he's the bad guy. We already know that he is the bad guy. Sir Alcaster gestures me toward him and I approach warily. This is Varg. He's one of the guests for the ball. Well, Varg, please change your name. Why is your name like this? Varg sweeps aside his cape as he bows and I curtsy and dip my head to hide my expression. I have not heard of a Varg, and why would he be bowing to a mere maid? Also, why is he wearing such an elaborate costume and mask? This is not a masquerade ball. Barf, man. I know, I don't like the name. If Varg is an acquaintance of Sir Alcaster, there's no telling what or who he truly is. Right, where's Fritz? He kind of has the same hairstyle as Fritz, though. Wait. Is Varg Fritz, like, converted? No, it can't be because, like, Fritz died, right? In Claude's route? Wait. Okay, what if he has a secret twin? I'm gonna assume he has a secret twin and his twin replaces him every so now and then. That's what I'm gonna think. Right? Okay, no, we haven't done Fritz's route yet. We can't think, right? We're focusing on Rod, okay? Varg is one of the suitors for Princess Emmy. Oh, the suitors! Yeah! Wow, no, not with that name. Bro, don't let him near her. Yeah, I'm not letting him near her. Would you please escort him to the throne room? I'll be along shortly. Varg's politeness is even more suspicious. Of course, Sir Alcaster. I meet Varg's gaze briefly and cannot help but frown at the way he is smirking at me. This way. Varg and I make our way toward the throne room. I cannot help but feel wary at the fact that he is following behind me where I cannot see him. If the maid are this lovely, the princess must be truly beautiful. Varg laughs and I grit my teeth at the sound. Well, it was meant as a compliment. Maybe Varg is a stage name for Sir Mithras? Or true, could be actually. Sir Mithras though? Sir Mithras literally does not look like him, but maybe. There's no need to look at me like that. Varg looks at me curiously. Are maids not allowed to speak in this place? I have nothing to say. Not the most cheerful person on staff, are you? Thankfully, the doors to the throne room appear as soon as we turn a corner, and I do not have to come up with a response to his words. We are here. I gesture towards the throne room and move to leave, but Varg's voice stops me. You should at the very least escort me inside and introduce me to the princess, don't you think? Isn't that what a maid should do? Technically, that is the announcer's job, but Varg came so late he probably already missed the introductions. I wouldn't want to think badly of any of the servants at the palace. I take a deep breath to calm myself before turning towards the doors. Oh god, don't tell me we're going to introduce her. He's not going near her. He is not going near Emmy. I can't tell the moment I step into the room that the official introductions have already passed. Most of the guests have already begun to mingle and scatter across the throne room as the band sets up. No one notices when I walk into the throne room in front of Varg. I do not trust Varg, not if he's associated with Sir Alcaster. I might have time to warn someone about him while he is distracted, but who? Let's warn Emmy. Like, Emmy is going to be introduced to him. My attention is quickly drawn to where Emmy is moving between the groups of people, introducing herself and making light conversation. I know this would be frowned upon, but Emmy's safety must come first. We need to protect her. I feel like if we tell Emmy, because she's going to meet him soon. I make my way quickly over to Emmy and curtsy just off to the side, trying to draw as little attention to myself as possible. Princess Emmy, may I have a word? Emmy is clearly shocked at my intrusion, but she masks it well. Excuse me, it appears my maid has something for me. Margaret, I'm sorry. I know we could have told Rod, but Emmy needs protection. I feel like they're gonna do something because Varg does not look trustworthy, and from Claude's ruse, Varg is the bad guy, so we're gonna have to protect Emmy. I draw her closer to the walls where the crowd blocks us from view. I wasn't expecting you to be here, Momo. Not that I mind, but won't you get us into trouble? There's no time for that. I take her hand in mine and look at her somberly. You have to watch out for this man in the mask. Sir Alcaster brought him to the ball. Why should I be worried then? I cannot exactly tell her. I think he is a witch right now. There are too many people looking. Just please be wary of him. I'm sure there's nothing to be worried about from anyone here, Momo. Especially if Sir Alcaster is involved. On the contrary, if Sir Alcaster is involved, I would also recommend staying on your guard, Emmy. Rod? Okay, Rod apparently just comes in anyway. I turn in shock to see Rod suddenly standing beside me. You should trust Momo. Oh, it's the right option. Okay. Excuse me. Oh god, he's here. I jump back at the sound of Varg's voice. Rod takes a step forward and places his hand on my shoulder to steady me. I do not believe we've been introduced. Varg looks at me for a few moments, but I say nothing. He eventually turns to Emmy, a wolfish smile on his face. A wolfish? Huh? Dude, he is such a stalker. Yeah, he really is. My name is Varg, and you must be Princess Emmy. The tales of your beauty did not do you justice. What? The tales of your beauty did not do you justice. Hold up a minute. Emmy flushes. Wait, the tales of your beauty did not do you justice. Oh, does he say that she's prettier in person? Is that a compliment? Like, I read it like, oh, okay. Man, if someone said that to me, I would have smacked them right away. This is bad. I interpreted that wrong. Emmy flushes as Varg reaches out for her hand. He presses a kiss to the back of it, still grinning. I can feel Rod tense behind me. Yo, Emmy, get him away! May I have the first dance? Emmy bites down on her lower lip as she stares at him. I become acutely aware of just how quiet the throne room has become. She cannot refuse him with so many people watching her. I feel sick but cannot bring myself to say anything more as Emmy puts her hand in Varg's. I accept, Lord Varg. Bruh. He is a pet. Varg is someone. True. Yeah, but who? No. This feels wrong. I can only nod as I watch Varg pull Emmy closer. At first, it is just he and Emmy dancing, but then other couples gradually trickle in to join them. I do not like this at all. Rod and I watch in silence as the first dance continues on. I know for a fact that Rod must see the dreamy smile on Emmy's face as certainly as I can. When the music stops, both of us move as one toward Emmy. Even though the dance is over and Varg is released her, they still stand close together in the center of the room. The silence is interrupted when the double doors open and Sir Alcaster along with two knights stalk into the center of the room where Emmy and Varg stand. Their arrival causes an uneasy stir in the crowds. The king rises from his throne, eyebrows drawn. Alcaster, is there some kind of disturbance? Alcaster says nothing as the knights stationed around the room approach Emmy and Varg and stand around them, encircling them. Emmy's expression shifts from confusion to fear. The crowd becomes even more anxious. Alcaster, explain this. What the? Yeah, stay away from our innocent Emmy. Alcaster briefly glances at him but says nothing. He turns back to his knight and snaps his finger. The knights pull out their swords and points them at Emmy. I reach out to grab Rod's hand before he can make his way towards her. Rod, it is too dangerous. I know, but thoughtless actions have a potential to put Emmy into even more danger. Oh my god, we need to save her. We need to save her. Rod's only response is to tighten my grip on my hand. I place my other hand over his to assure him, and slowly but surely his grip begins to loosen. I turn my gaze back to the king. Alcaster, stop this immediately. What do you think you're doing? Something I should have done a time ago. I have been nothing but loyal to this kingdom, and all I ever have was wanted for Angie to thrive. But ever since the queen died, the kingdom has become weak. It is because you are a weak ruler, Gennaro. What? The people were more productive back then, more disciplined during the late queen's reign. The kingdom has become less productive without fear to drive them. When there is power, there is order. Okay, here we go again. Does anyone else but me know who Varg is, please? I don't want to be alone. I don't know who he is. I just know Varg is Varg and he's bad guy. Power is not something that should be needlessly used to control people. It is used to protect them. You of all people should know that. Sir Alcaster shakes his head. I, of all people, know that order is what makes a hierarchy stronger. I am only doing what is necessary. I am reorganizing the system. Hand over the crown, Gennaro. Sir Alcaster turns his head to Varg, who remains standing beside a scared Emmy. You will obey me, and if you do not want your precious daughter harmed. Please, leave my daughter out of this. Emmy steps back, her eyes now brimming with tears. No! I can guess who he is. He kind of looks like Fritz, so I'm gonna assume he's a twin, but I don't want to know. Varg, seize the princess. As soon as Sir Alcaster gives the order, Rod immediately lets go of my hand and rushes towards his sister. Rod, no! I quickly follow after him, but Rod suddenly stops in his track. I bump abruptly into his back. Rod? Varg! Sir Alcaster's booming voice echoes around the room, which has suddenly gone eerily silent. My eyes move to Varg, but he is standing motionless. What is happening? Finally, Varg smirks. He steps to the side, standing in front of Emmy as if he blocks her from her view. Sir Varg, you must be delusional, old man. I am not letting you anywhere near the princess. What? He's a good guy? He's the good guy? Hi, what's up, Nolan family? Welcome to this stream. Bruh, is Varg a good guy or a bad guy? Like, is he? What is this? The knight's next movement are a blur as they rush at Sir Alcaster. In mere moments, he has been disarmed and pinned to the ground. Several more knights have also appeared from behind to surround Sir Alcaster. A man emerges from in between the circles of knights. He moves to stand beside Varg and Emmy. Who's Varg? Sir Mithras looks at Sir Alcaster disdainfully. What is the meaning of this, Mithras? We've had a deal. Varg seems like a morally grey character. A morally grey character? What do you mean? Maybe he's with Mithras. I think he's with Mithras. I still think he's a bad guy. The anger is now palpable in Sir Alcaster's flushed face. Did we now? Mithras, explain yourself. Sir Mithras drops to one knee in front of the king. Of course, your majesty. He raises his head slightly to look at the king. I have known for a long while now that the man you see before you is a traitor. I was even aware of his plans, but I could not tell you of them without any evidence. 2 of your knights had tried to inform you of these plans before, but we all looked down on them without disdain. I had to make sure that I did not come up with unprepared like they did. Oh, okay. Durin and Garland? What? Both of them knew of Sir Alcaster's plans? What was the reason why they were dishonorably discharged? For false accusations? Not quite good, not quite bad. So like neutral? What's happening? I missed a few streams. Okay, Nolan, so we're at the end of Rod's thing. We figured out his curse and we're getting there. So I don't know if we'll get the good or bad ending. I knew enough of his plan that I could thwart it. This is why I thought the best way to reveal his dastardly ways was to craft a fake alliance with him. Sir Varg and I have been working together to unravel Sir Alcaster's plan, your majesty. Varg is an invaluable accomplice. Okay, Varg is with Mithras. Wait, so Sir Mithras has been pretending to work with Sir Alcaster this whole time? And so we arrive at the events of tonight. I apologize for undertaking this task without seeing your counsel, your majesty. But I could not think of no better way to end this madness once and for all. Bro, this is so much faster than the thing. You lying snake! Sir Mithras stands and turns to Alcaster, who gestures at him dismissively. Seize him. The knight's next movements are a blur. The men rush Sir Alcaster all at once, and in mere moments Sir Alcaster has been disarmed and is now pinned to the ground. Isn't Sir Alcaster a witch? Why is he not using his magic? Sir Mithras, I am indebted to you for saving us. The whole kingdom is. I only did what was necessary, your majesty. What? Is Varg good or bad? I can't. Like, he does what is best for him. So, oh, okay. That makes sense. If he does what is best for him. So Fritz, well, Varg, I keep calling him Fritz because he kind of reminds me of Fritz in like a way. I don't know why, but he does. But I feel like he's like a neutral character. He does what he does for himself. I think you're right, Titanium. Who knows? When we do his, wait, he doesn't have a root. So maybe he's just like a sub-character in this. I don't know. The king glances at the knight, then at Sir Alcaster, his gaze steely. Take him away. Sir Alcaster struggles uselessly against the knights as they drag him away. He is nearly at the door when he starts screaming at the king. Janara, you fool! That man is a witch, a snake. You cannot trust him. No, Alcaster. I was wrong to put my trust in you. Even as Sir Alcaster is pulled from the room, we can hear him babbling in the hallways about the witch. Sir Alcaster never used any magic to escape. Was he truly not a witch? I wonder why. Momo, I'ma shut up now. Why? Are you going to spoil it? Is Varg bad or good? I can't tell. Are you alright, princess? I am pulled from my thoughts when I hear Varg's voice. He is now trying to comfort a shaken Emmy. For a few moments, he looks away and his eyes meet mine. He smiles, but it is fleeting, and moments later, his attention is back on Emmy. Yeah, maybe he does what's best for him, because he's gonna get an award, obviously. The ball comes to an abrupt end after Alcaster's stunt. He's thrown into a jail cell and promised to try out. Wait, what? Bruh, I missed that. Uh-oh. I still can't believe Sir Alcaster would do something like that, and so brazenly, too. I wonder, what happened to Sir Fitzgerald? The way he vanished completely last night. Do you think he was working with his father? The truth is, I have no idea what to think. I had thought that I had everything figured out, but now I become more and more confused by the moment. Fritz was always loyal to a fault, but then Sir Alcaster was the same way with the king, and I cannot have seen or heard Fritz for weeks. I cannot really say. Good morning, Princess Emmy. Sir Varg. Varg was offered a room at the palace for a few days' visit. He is being treated as Sir Mithras' valued guest. I have heard from the other servants that he is Sir Mithras' relative who lives in a neighboring kingdom. Okay, well, we know what he is now. He is Sir Mithras' relative. I hope that you're feeling well now, princess. Yes, thank you for your help last night. Is Emmy blushing? Oh no! No! She's falling in love with Varg. Blah. We need to change his name, like right now. I know I won't be here long, but I do hope to get to know you better during the duration of my stay. I would love that. Then I am looking forward to spending more time with you. Oh, I forgot. I am meant to be in my mother's room right now. Momo, Sir Varg, I'll see you both later. I curtsy as Emmy walks off, leaving me alone with Varg. I cannot help but feel uneasy in his presence. Something about him puts me on edge. He makes me feel uncomfortable. Excuse me, I have errands to attend to. Wait. Before you head out, I have something to give you. Give me. Varg reaches into one of his pockets and withdraws a letter that he holds out to me. Oh, it's a letter, okay. What is this about? Well, I guess you'll have to open it and find out, princess. My blood turns to ice in my veins. He knows I am the princess. That only means that he is... I have no idea what you're talking about, excuse me. I am about to leave and Varg suddenly grabs my wrist. The play is about to start, princess. You have a responsibility as a main character to perform impeccably until the very end. Otherwise, well... He grins at me. It is the same wolfish smile that he flashed at me during the ball. You might miss out your fairy tale ending. Hold up a minute! Wolf! I just realized the wolf. Right? Wasn't there like a wolf, like a hood? Red Riding Hood? It's a root. Right? Red Riding Hood's a root? Because there's a hood in one of the main menu I'll show you later. And that's a wolf? Red Riding Hood? Are you cursed, Varg? Is he Fritz? Hold up a minute. Okay guys, big brain time. Is Varg Fritz? Let me give you my evidence onto why I think Varg is Fritz. 1, he has the same hairstyle. 2, if you look at his eyes, same eye color, right? Same eye color. Hold up a second. He was also cursed. Fritz disappeared and Varg all of a sudden just showed up out of nowhere. Is Varg Fritz? Because in Claude's route as well, Fritz was not there in the same time as Varg. When we came back to the ball, Varg was gone and he vanished with Fritz. He's Fritz? No! Wait, does Red Riding, is it like a split personality? Is this like some like, you know, is this even blah, blah? Are you telling me to get with Varg? That makes sense. That makes so much sense. But Fritz has white hair. But Serene, hear me out. Hear me out. Red Riding Hood, split personality. I'm assuming his identity changes with his physical appearance, aka the wolf. The wolf is obviously gray in colors, you know, kind of like scary looking. He has a wolfish smile. The wolf is like also like, the wolf personality is technically greedy and kind of like self-profiting. So like, let's think about this. Tall Brain is the Gemini. He is Gemini. Is he Gemini? I don't know. Is he Gemini? Didn't Fritz die in Claude's route? That's the thing, Titanium. When Fritz died, Varg was never seen again. Varg wasn't found. We looked for Varg, but we don't know where he was. So that means Fritz is Varg and Varg is Fritz. So they're both kind of like technically split personalities, you know? Does that make sense? Like he kind of looks like him. Like I'm sorry, my voice is dying right now. But guys, what do you think? I think Varg is Fritz. Wait, you're right. Exactly. Exactly, Titanium. That must mean it's Fritz. Right? Finally. What do you mean finally? Did I figure it out? Am I right? I just realized this whole time because Fritz is missing and we haven't seen Fritz. And Fritz, like Varg was the only one with Sir Alcaster. Oof, but he doesn't like Emmy though. Right, but the wolf wouldn't fall in love. The wolf is self-profiting. If he makes Emmy fall in love with him, he's gonna become a prince. They've never been seen in the same room together. That's what I mean. When in Claude's route, when we came back, Fritz was there, but Varg was missing. When Fritz died, Varg went missing. We couldn't find him anything. It's about time. Okay, my big brain. Big brain. I just noticed because the wolf, right? And I was like, hold up a second. Isn't there a hood in the main menu screen? And I was like, the only person that I can think of that could be the wolf, because I know Waltz has a Neverland curse, right? And the only other route we have is Rumpelstiltskin and Red Riding Hood, then Varg. And now I'm like, big brain moments. Walt and Fritz love Emmy? Wait, what? Wait, and Fritz loves Emmy? Wait, I don't know if Fritz loves Emmy. Maybe? Fritz doesn't like Emmy, right? Emmy likes Fritz though. Emmy likes Fritz. Fritz doesn't like Emmy. It's the other way around. Emmy likes Fritz. That makes sense. It makes sense, right? Varg is similar to Fritz in his physical appearance and attitude. Well, I don't know about attitude, but I was trying to give hints to who Varg was. And Strella's like, finally. What? Before I can say anything else, I feel a grip on my other hand. Someone tugs me back and away from Varg, then comes in to stand in front of me. Stay away from her. Rod? So Varg looks at Rod, then at me, his smile growing more crooked. What an interesting turn of events. I wonder how this will end for the both of you. Tell me, Momo, what is he to you? Oh my god. I don't want to friend zone him, like, right? Do I want to friend zone? I'm gonna keep silent. No answer, huh? Be in denial all you want, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to decide who and what you will choose. Who or what to choose? It's about time! Damn, I know she figured it out, but try not to spoil. Yeah. Try not to spoil it, boys. Try not to spoil. Silence, you're harassing one of our staff members. Of course, I apologize for my rude behavior, Your Highness. You seem to know a lot about us. Are you I lower my voice. Are you a witch? You're asking the wrong person, Princess. He knows who you really are? I think you two are worrying too much about me. After all, I'm just a pawn in this game. Varg dips into an elegant bow and flashes one last smile before walking away. It is definitely Fritz! Man, I didn't see that the whole time. Did y'all ever, like, did you all know? Y'all, my voice is dying, I'm sorry. Did y'all know that he was Fritz? It makes sense though. It makes so much sense. All this time. I am. Thank you for helping me. Giving hints is still spoiling. Yeah, true. Don't worry, it's okay, Estrella. We got it now. I don't know if there's any other mysteries to uncover at this point. You know I'd do anything for you. What? What? Rod shakes his head before stepping away. Anything? For me? Rod coughs, pulling me from the saw. It is possible that he is a witch or that he is working with other witches, but we have no evidence to prove it. You know? Oh, you knew? Okay. You guessed? Okay, Lunar Potatoes. We have it confirmed. That's why Sir Alcaster wanted him to be with Emmy. It's his son. Margaret. Big brain. Our IQs combined. I'm gonna call the next stream IQ combining together. Be like for Princess Brew, I'm just gonna be like IQ intensifies. Like, you know. Until we figure out what's going on, we need to be wary of him. I know. Rod smiles at me gently. This looks make my heart thud once, painfully in my chest. Stop staring at me like that. Rod looks away, his cheeks tinged red. I feel my own cheeks warm at the sight. Oh, he's cute. I wasn't staring at him at all. You're thinking that he was Fritz. Well, we figured it now. He's Fritz. He's definitely Fritz. Both of you are hopeless. Shut up, Sevi. Sevi! Rod gives me one last look before finally turning and walking away. I place my hand over my chest where I can still hear my thudding heartbeat. This feeling. If it is what I think it is, then I have no right to feel that way about him. He is my stepbrother. Okay, at least you acknowledge that, Momo. Estrella, secretly, Titanium probably loves you in the heart. Like, this is probably like another Rod situation. Titanium and Estrella be blooming in love. Can we have a Sebiru? I want a Sebiru too. It's freaking cute. I shake my head to clear the thought, then glance down at the letter that Varg just delivered me. There's only one sentence written on it. Come to the throne room alone tonight. Why? Are we going to? Okay. Chapter 9. The wedding. So it's Viorica's wedding, I'm assuming. The throne room is empty when I arrive. I can only hope that it is not some sort of trap. Soon after I enter, the door squeaks open and a familiar face enters the room. Sir Mithras? Sir Mithras walks towards me. When he is close enough, he drops to one knee and bows. I frown as I take a step back from him. My princess, do not be alarmed. I know of your true identity. Sir Mithras flashes me a wide smile that causes a shudder to run down my spine. You know who I am, then that means you are... I take another step back as the blood drains from my face. Sir Mithras' smile only widens at my reaction. I'll say it for you. Yes, I am a witch. Damn, he evil and it's kinda hot, not gonna lie. If you're a witch, then Sir Alcaster is a mere human, a fool one. And Varg? Nothing but my personal errand boy. A thought suddenly occurs to me. If Sir Alcaster was plotting against the kingdom, then did Sir Mithras also punish Fritz somehow? What about Fritz? Was he a part of Alcaster's plans? Ah, the knight? To avoid confusing you, let's just say that the situation surrounding him is too complicated to adequately explain. Oh my god. Holy crap, that was hard. I command you to answer my question, Sir Mithras. Was Fritz a part of this? If it makes you feel any better, he refused to be a part of this. He refused? Does that mean that he was not part of a plan? Or that he was unwittingly forced to participate in them? I am certain that Sir Alcaster would not be happy that his own son was disobeying him. He either forced him to help or assigned him outside of the palace. But if Fritz knew of Sir Alcaster's plan, why did he not warn anyone about them? Was he working with Sir Mithras as well? More questions swirl in my head, but none of them have answers. When this is over, I will personally ask Fritz about this, once I can locate him. I shake the thought away and bring my attention back to Sir Mithras. Bro, I think he's dead. Why bother with this reveal? What do you hope to gain from it? Before we start our conversation. Oh, okay, spell me. Okay, we're getting spelled. Sir Mithras waves his hand, conjuring a faint green glow that envelops the whole room. Just in case someone decides to eavesdrop, I don't want any of your witch friends listening in on us. Yes, I'm aware of one of them has been snooping around the palace these past few months. Their snooping has made it more difficult to move around without exposing myself. Sir Mithras clicks his tongue in annoyance. Such a nuisance. He is referring to Delora. She and Parfait warned me before that there was a witch in the palace. Is Sir Mithras truly that witch? I never truly trusted him, not even when I was a princess. Now that he was revealed himself as a witch, I need to know what he plans on doing. You know what? Sir Mithras and Delora would make a good couple if he was actually nice. Like, look at his looks. Like, with Delora, I think it's kind of cute. Like, you knew that I am the princess this entire time, yet you never offered me any assistance. If I had, Alcaster would have targeted you as well. What? Alcaster wanted to dispose of the royal family. If he had known you were the princess, he would have been after you too. It would have been easier with no one remembering you as princess. But unfortunately, Fritz told his father about you, thinking that Alcaster might be able to help and protect you. It didn't help that Varg confirmed it. Your mother wouldn't have been happy with me if I put you in harm's way. This is why I pretend not to know you in order to protect you. Okay, is Mithras good or bad? Sir Mithras is silent for a few moments before he speaks again. Revealing myself to be a witch was necessary. I had to make myself appear useful to Alcaster somehow after all. Then of course, I learned of his foolish plans to steal the crown and decided to thwart them. Though not before I stole something from Sir Alcaster first. I played him like the fool he was. I told him I would aid him with my magic so long he gave me the knight's protections. Using magic is almost impossible in this space, so having the knights to back me up was crucial. The knights? Why does he need the knight's protection for? What are his plans? Sir Mithras started pacing the room, his expression still calm. I found out that he planned to dispose of me after he obtained what he needed, so I disposed of him first. Okay, so Sir Mithras lives. Another morally grey character. That's kind of cool. Do you think Mithras put his spell under him? I think so too. Maybe he did. I don't know. Because he knows his curse, obviously. Maybe he does. All I know is that his curse and that Varg is... Yeah, that's all I know as well. I can't wait to do Fritz's route now. Alcaster might have been able to convince most of the knights to aid him by promising them promotions, but, well, my magic is far more convincing. Sir Mithras stops in front of me, his deadpan expression transforming into a smile. For now, let us desist speaking of my plans. The minute Sir Alcaster's plans were thwarted, I knew I had to contact you directly. I am happy to see you in the palace, Your Highness. Although, we really need to get you out of these clothes soon. A maid's clothing does not befit a princess like yourself. That does not matter. My priority right now is to break my curse. Ah, of course. They must truly have been frightening to feel the need to curse you. I feel an uncomfortable tug in my heart. To think that the Lucis bearer would actually allow a witch to curse you. A Lucis bearer? Okay. Okay, he's kind of a bit scary right now. He's kind of scary. Still have to do Rumple? Yeah, we'll do Rumple next. Sir Mithras shakes his head, disgust written on his features. When you suddenly disappeared that day, it was as if all of your traces of your existence had vanished. I searched for you endlessly, princess.
When you first appeared here in the palace, I did not recognize you immediately, but I felt a touch of magic in you and investigated. My curiosity is what prompted me to investigate you further. When I tried hard enough, I found that I could see through the glamour that had been cast on you. Sir Mithras truly was the witch Parfait was referring to when she mentioned someone seeing through my glamour. Imagine my surprise when I found out that it was actually you. That fairy bearer has been nothing but a nuisance to us witches. First she betrayed your mother, and then she betrayed you before she had even met you. But mother, she was a 10 bearer corrupted by darkness. Parfait only did what she had to do. Sir Mithras looked at me, clearly surprised. What lies have those people been whispering in your ears? Everything the queen did, she did for us witches, to protect us from the wicked humans who destroyed our kind. Okay, Mithras is revengeful. It is clear to me where Sir Mithras' alliances lie. Sir Mithras sighs, runs a hand through his hair, and then continues speaking. On your 18th birthday, you will follow her footsteps. You will make this kingdom a place for witches to prosper. I am nothing like her. I refuse to make people suffer to fuel the crystal. I never bore witness to the suffering the people had to go through during my mother's reign, but the stories are enough to reveal her true nature to me. Oh my, she is like, damn. Yeah, Parfait is the Lucis bearer, she is. She said that our mother was actually really, like, nice until the fairy tales, so good job, fairy tales. It was hard to believe at first, but those people, okay. I have nothing to gain from him. I finally understand why the hatred people had for me ran so deep, even when I did nothing to them. It was because I was the witch's daughter. Your mother wouldn't be happy to hear you say that. Let me assure that this is not a destiny you can run from, dear princess. I will not let destiny take control of my life. I feign tiredness by releasing a long yawn. I am sorry for cutting you short, Sir Mithras, but please excuse me, I am getting tired. I'm about to walk past Sir Mithras when he starts speaking again, his voice a low whisper. I notice that you have gotten closer to the family you so despised before, the prince included. I narrow my eyes at him. You care about him, don't you? I must confess that this surprises me, princess. Such a relationship would be certainly a scandal. Even if you two are not blood related, he is still your stepbrother. Oh my god, we need to kill him. Whatever will your dear father say about this? I clench my fist. He has no right to lecture me. I already know that these feelings are wrong. I know that I cannot have them. I assure you that there is nothing between the both of us. Oh, is that so? Are those lies you utter just to convince yourself? The man is beginning to try my patience. Allow me to share a still secret, you princess. I am not interested. I heard for the door and reached for the knob. Oh, but I think something you would be curious about. I do, after all, know the consequences of the prince failing to break his curse. I also happen to know that someone special to him is getting married tomorrow. My hands freezes. Oh no! What? How do you know all about this? I know all of the happenings around this place. That is my job, princess. Now tell me, do you know the ending of the fairy tale, The Little Mermaid? My blood runs cold when I remember what Emmy told me about that fairy tale. Yeah, it does. It feels like Shadowhunters. It really does. If the prince fell in love and married someone else, the Little Mermaid's heart would break and she would dissolve into sea foam. I conducted my own investigation and actually met the witch who bestowed the curse on the prince. In meeting her, I found out everything that there is to know about it. I turned to regard Mithras with a frown. Ah, it seems like I've gotten your attention. What do you plan on doing to Rod? Sir Mithras shrugs. To him, nothing really. I was merely curious. I wanted to know what you saw in him. What do you know about his curse? It stays true to the fairy tale. Only in this case, the prince gives up his voice for a title. Still, it will end the same way. The girl will fall in love with someone else, despite his sacrifice. You mean, on his beloved wedding's day, the prince will die. I thought you might have reached the same conclusion. Tragic, don't you think? No! I had the same thought, but is Rod truly going to die? So the reason Rod gave up breaking his curse was because he knew that Bjorka would never love him back. He knew that he was going to die the moment Bjorka married. Dread begins to wash over me. Why not ask him yourself? As if orchestrated by magic, the double doors open and Rod steps inside when he sees me. His expression relaxes. I've been looking all over for you. I wanted to speak with you about my discussion with Lady Parfait. I turn around to face Sir Mithras once again, but to my surprise he is already gone. When did Sir Mithras leave? I don't like him. I don't like him either. Momo, was something wrong? Sir Mithras, was he really speaking the truth? Let's confront him. Wait, what's the difference between these? What the frick's the difference? Like, what? If we ask him, we're still asking him the same thing, right? Okay. I want to confront him. I have to be like, yo, you're gonna die tomorrow, aren't you? You're going to die. Let's confront him. Is this how you really want things to end? What are you talking about? Have you ever thought about what your family will feel after they find out that you lied about your curse? Yeah, he's a cool character. He's a bit creepy though, even though he's the bad guy. He kind of reminds me of the mage in Shadowhunters. Dude, I forget his name. Malcolm? One of those. Oh, sorry guys, let me burp. You're going to die when Viorka gets married tomorrow, am I right? That is why you told me that there is nothing I can do to help you break your curse. Because there is really nothing you can do to help me. Viorka will never return my love. I already accepted my fate a long time ago. Magnus? Kind of. In some sort of way. Some shape or form. He kind of reminds me of Magnus. I don't know why. He just does, okay? I know, he's evil, but just the facial features. His eyes. Kind of. Yeah. We're gonna say the eyes. The facial, physical features. Lady Parfait was the one who insisted I find another way to break my curse. Because she refuses to give up on you. And I will not give up on you either. I've been aware of another way to break my curse from the beginning, but I'd rather die than do what it is I need to do. Do what? Have you not read? Rod's voice trails off when he sees my confused expression. He clears his throat. Forget it. There's nothing more you can do. The reason I never told anyone about the truth of my curse is because I never wanted anyone to blame themselves for not being able to help me. I was already a lost cause the moment Viorka really fell in love with someone else. I could never take that happiness away from her. Rod becomes silent, his gaze downcast. A vulnerable expression catches me by surprise. You should have told me about your curse a long time ago. I just realized I knew what you guys were talking about, lol. What do you mean? Question? How many times must I repeat myself? Telling you about my curse won't change the outcome. I could have tried to help you. Why are you so insistent on helping me? Because I care about you. Oh. My face warms up when the words escape from my lips. Rod also flushes. But what are you saying? That... I am worried about you on Emmy's behalf, of course. I do not want her to think that I let you die. Rod lets out a deep sigh. Just... stop talking. You are in no position to tell me what to do. Momo. There's a hint of warning in his voice. Now you better let me help you or... Wait, my words are cut off when Rod presses his lips next to mine! Oh god, Sammy's having a show! Welcome back, Skylar! Oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh, okay, bye, Lunar Potatoes. You just made it in time! Rod kissed us! It is only a brief kiss, and when he pulls away, his usual somberness has returned. I told you to stop talking. Oh my god, you did that to comfort us! Ew, cooties! I can only stare back at him, baffled. Rod, you do realize that you just kissed the princess. Rod looks at Sebby, then at me. His face colors once more. He takes a step back, his lips pressed together. I'm sorry. Without any other warning, Rod turns abruptly and stalks out of the room. Oh my god! You better shut up. Yeah, okay, honestly, I don't like Rod too much, but that was a well done scene. It was titanium! This is such a good game! It's amazing! Sebby falls from his shoulder and falls to the ground, but Rod does not notice in his hurry to leave. I stare after him in shock. I can't believe he just ran away. I walk to where Sebby is and kneel down to pick him up. Are you alright? I'm fine, thank you, princess. Sebby tilts his head to the side. That Rod. I wonder when he will start acting like a man. Suddenly kissing a girl like that is so unromantic. Sebby, what do you mean? It's so romantic. I wonder what... Well, are we gonna kill Viorka? Like, what's the good ending? I think about the warmth of Rod's lips pressed against mine and flush again. Rod may not say much, but he has a lot going on in his head, though he doesn't ever want anyone to know. I don't want to speak on his behalf, but I know he really does care for you, princess. Oh my god! He's just a little standoffish and has a difficult time showing his emotion. He's sensitive like that. Take it from me. I'm always in his head. I care about him too, but... Well, what will become of my feelings once I break my curse? I will return to being his stepsister when this is all over. No, this is not the time to mull over such thought. Coward! I'm sorry for asking this of you, princess, but can you return me to Rod? That boy is useless without me. The exasperation in Sebby's voice make me smile. Sebby acts like Rod's older sibling. It's kind of cute. I like it, of course. When Rod does not open the door, I knock again. Rod's eyes widen as soon as he sees me. His face flushes a dark crimson. I'm here to return Sebby. Rod nods before slowly taking Sebby from my hand. Thank you. Oh, I can't. Be careful not to drop me again next time. There's a hint of a smile on Rod's face as he taps Sebby's face. Sorry. He looks so much more at ease when he smiles. Rod's faced me again with an apologetic expression. Momo, I really am sorry for what I did earlier. Oh, you don't have to apologize, man. Like, can I just say you don't have to apologize, bro? I like you too. Like, I like Claude more, but I like you too. But like, just saying, like, you know, I know you did not intend to do this in the first place. The truth is, He trails off, then averts his eyes slowly to the floor. Suffice it to say, I'm not supposed to feel this way about you. What exactly are you feeling? Rod flushes deep red before turning away. Oh my god. Ew, Claude, Arito, go away. He was nicer. And Beauty and the Beast is actually my favorite fairy tale, so come for me. Come for me. Don't ask me such an embarrassing question. The hovering silence becomes more pronounced as we both stop talking. You said you wanted to talk to me about something you discussed with Lady Parfait. Yes. I mean to tell you that Delora will be here tomorrow to investigate. Now that we know Sir Alcaster is not the witch, we have to start our investigation overs. Actually, about that, I know who the witch is. You do? It's Sir Mithras. He is the real witch. Sir Mithras? So when Sir Alcaster was throwing around those accusations last night, they were true. Sir Mithras is already aware of that Delora has been investigating the palace. We need to warn her. Then I will send Lady Parfait a quick message. We need to keep up our guard around him too, especially you. I am sure he already knows that you're the crown princess. I nod in response. For now, we should wait for Delora to show up tomorrow. But it's getting late. You should go and get some rest. The moment he says the words, I realize he is correct. My eyelids are heavy. You're right. I think I shall take my leave. I'm about to leave when suddenly Rod grabs my hand. I turn to face him. Momo. This is the first time I've heard him say my name so warmly. I just want to... I can almost hear my heartbeat ringing in my ears as I stare at him with anticipation, but Rod says nothing. Rod eventually releases my hand with a shake of his head. It's nothing. Oh my god, what is he gonna say? I cannot help but feel dejected. Good night, Momo. Good night, Rod. Oh, I don't think he wants to, because he's gonna die tomorrow, right? He's gonna die. So I'm kind of like, ew. Moments after Rod closes the door, I hear a familiar voice whispering in my ear. Ah, I see. I jump back in surprise and stare at him with wide eyes. Sir Mithras is leaning casually against one of the pedestals. So that is where the prince disappears to every now and then. So I have no reason to care before, but now I see, if my guess is correct, he is also in league with the Lucius Bearer. When I do not answer, Sir Mithras smiles and shrugs. Well, it does not matter. I glance around us and notice the green shield from earlier. Once again, no one will hear this conversation. Now the prince has confirmed your doubts. What will your next course of action be? You want to help him break his curse, yes? Rod may given up on breaking his curse, but I refuse to do nothing. From the way Sir Mithras is taunting me, he must know of some other way to break the curse. Rod will not be happy about this, but I will need to use whatever means necessary to save him. Do you know how to break this curse? Ah, I assume that you have not read the full fairy tale if you do not know. Yes, princess, I know. Tell me. Mithras cocks an eyebrow and waves a finger at me. Do you not realize by how witches work, princess? I propose a deal. I will help you, but you must help me in something in return. Help you? If you plan on betraying the king. I have no plans for taking the crown or harming any members of the royal family. What? Then what it is you want from me? I prefer keeping you in suspense. I do enjoy surprises. You will find out the day after tomorrow. That is your 18th birthday. I look at him perplexed. What does it have to be on my birthday? Don't worry, your highness. What I request from you will also mark a pleasant gift. What? What do you say? I bite my lower lip as I consider. I am worried about Sir Mithras' request, but I have no longer have time. Bjorka's marriage is tomorrow, and Sir Mithras has the upper hand. Bruh, what is he planning with us? I understand. Good. Now remember, Momo, dear witches are bound to their oaths. In order for the prince to regain his voice in life, something must be taken by force, just like in the fairy tale. What does that mean? Tell me what I must do. Oh, I did forget to mention this, but it is not you who must act, but the prince. What? What? If Rod could help himself, he would already have done so. Please trust me, princess. You'll have my aid, and I'll make sure the prince's curse is broken. What? I'm assuming this is the last chapter, or is this chapter 9? I forget. Today is Bjorka's wedding day, and also the day Rod is destined to die. Sir Mithras explained his plan briefly last night. He told me that he would have a valuable item delivered to Rod that he would need to use to break his curse. He further explained that it was something to do he would need to use after the wedding. I tried to question him further, but he disappeared before I could, saying that he needed to Are we gonna kill Bjorka? Holy crap, we're actually going to kill Bjorka. I do not completely trust him, but I am running out of time and have no choice right now. The royal family has left the palace to attend Bjorka's wedding. It is unusual for the king to attend another noble's wedding, but Bjorka an exception, given that she is one of Rod's and Emmy's best friends. Despite Sir Mithras' reassurance, I am still restless. Sir Mithras told me that everything would be alright, that Rod would not instantly die the moment Bjorka got married. But why must his involvement be reserved for a time after the wedding? Why does he act now? Someone looks like they're in a bad mood. Dolores suddenly stands before me smirking. Her appearance shocks me so badly I need to drop the dish in my hand. What impeccable timing. We've heard it from the prince about Mithras. No wonder I was iffy about the man. I should have realized he was a witch. You gone dead? Do you know him? Yes, I do. Dolores walks closer and places both of her hands on my shoulder. Listen to me, princess. I am warning you. Stay away from Mithras. Do you understand? That man is a sly devil. He cannot be trusted. I take a deep breath to still my rapidly beating heart. I hope I will not regret asking for his help. Princess, I need you to promise me that you will stay away from Mithras. Yes, of course. Good. For the time being, I will resume my investigation. If I'm lucky, I'll find out what Mithras hopes to accomplish. Actually, he is not in the palace right now. He went to the royal family to attend a wedding. A wedding, huh? How unusual. I can only assume that he must be there at the wedding to help Rod. Well then, better make use of his absence while I can. I'll see you later, princess. Blood for the blood god. No, we are not putting blood for the blood god. Okay, bye, honey bear. Thank you for joining the stream, though. When I am left to my own thoughts, my mind's returned to the issue of Rod's curse. Sir Mithras mentioned a similarity with the fairy tale, which means I may have a choice of finding out more. I decide to go into the library when I have the time to pick up the book. I am now on my way back to my quarters with the book in my hand when I see Rod walking toward me from the other side. His eyes are fixed on the floor so he does not notice me as I approach. Rod? He is still alive? Does that mean Sir Mithras has succeeded? Oh, it's just you. Rod's voice still comes from Sebi. The realization instills a deep fear inside me. He's still cursed. How much time does he have left? Much to my surprise, Rod actually smiles at me. The smile is forced, however, and does not reach his eye. He looks crestfallen. I know he's not alright. He's going to die. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, what's the good ending? How are we supposed to? Like, we're either gonna kill Bjorka, but I don't want to kill Bjorka. It's Rod's fault. Bjorka doesn't deserve to die. Yeah, she doesn't deserve. She doesn't even know that she's the cause of this, and it hurts. Technically, Rod puts this on himself. But what is gonna happen? How are we gonna resolve this? Do one? I'm gonna say, how was the wedding? I already know he's not feeling well. I'm gonna ask, how was the wedding? I quickly clamp over my hand after I ask the question. Rod just saw the person he loves getting married today. Oh, rip. Oh, is this our first wrong? Oh no. I apologize. I should not have asked now. Rod looks at me surprised. Then, to my shock, he starts chuckling. Why are you laughing? You look like a criminal caught in an act of a crime. It's what he has. Yeah. We need him to be a sacrifice. A sacrifice. I apologize for trying to be sensitive, Your Highness. Without realizing, I smiled back at him. It looks like Rod has finally learned to converse with me normally. I hope this will not be the last time I see him smile like this. Oh, we're smiling to each other. I'm tired, Momo. I will now retire for the night. Rod looks at me again and smiles. Good night, Momo. Oh, it's the right option! Without waiting for my answer, Rod begins to walk away. I glance down at the book in my hands and slowly open to the last page of the Little Mermaid. I start reading from the section where the mermaid's sisters explain how to get her fins back. Take this knife before the sun rises. You must plunge it into the heart of the prince, and you will be a mermaid once again. And now we realize that, Momo, we have to kill Bjorka. The book falls from my hand and collapses to the floor. I stare at it, dumbfounded. Wait, this means Rod needs to kill Bjorka? Then the item that Sir Mithras mentioned earlier, could it be the knife? I need to find him. I turn and start running to the direction of Rod's room in hopes that I will still be able to catch Sir Mithras there. When I come to the end of the hallway, however, it is not Mithras who stands by Rod's door. Emmy? Emmy is slowly walking in the direction of the throne room. Her movement seems oddly mechanical. I rush toward her. Emmy? Princess Emmy? Where are you going? Okay, there's no life in her eyes. Must go to Rod? Oh my god, it's happening! Why is she going to the throne room? Rod is back in his room. My eyes catch something shining in Emmy's hand. The knife! No! Oh my god, Emmy! My heart nearly stops when I see that it is a knife. Emmy, what are you? If he kills his beloved with this blade, his curse will break and he won't die. It is as if she is in a trance. Is Sir Mithras doing? Is she under his spells? Emmy, snap out of it! Emmy starts walking again, ignoring me. When I try to approach her again, thinking to steal away the knife, a shadow suddenly comes to stand between us. Varg looms in front of me, smirking. Where did you come from? Let me through, Varg. No can do, princess. Don't you want to save the prince? I look at Emmy, who has not even turned to glance at us. I glare at Varg, who is still standing in my way, grinning. Oh my god! Please step aside, Varg. Ah, feisty. You are far more interesting, princess, than your step-sister. I try to step aside, but Varg follows my motions. Blah, blah, blah. And again, but he just thwarts my progress. He holds his hand up in the air, eyebrows raised. I do not want to kill Bjorka. There's definitely gotta be a different way. Tell me, what would you do if I let you go? Would you stop him from killing the girl? Rod would never kill her. He would never do anything to harm the person he loves. He refused to do it, and he has no reason to do it now. Varg is silent for a few moments as he considers. Interesting. He steps aside and bows. Man, he's so neutral. What the flip? Varg, Fritz, I'm so serious. Like, I'm so curious. Go ahead then. You're letting me go? I would like to see this place end as it may, without any strings attached. Okay. So Varg is just watching, technically. We don't trade lives here. We don't. This is the last thing. Oh my god, I need to know. I stop in my tracks when I see Sir Mithras standing just in front of the main door to the throne room. He looks at me expectantly as I approach. Sir Mithras? Good evening, your highness. Such a lovely night tonight, isn't it? Only a half an hour left before you will turn 18. Do not forget our deal, princess. Come midnight, I will be requesting your aid in exchange for helping the prince break his curse. I clench my hands into a tight fist. Helping the prince break his curse? Rod killing someone is not what I wanted. Sir Mithras puts a finger to his lips. You wouldn't want to attract the attention of knights, do you? There would be quite a bit of explaining to do then. I glare at him, then take a deep breath and lower my voice. You did not tell me that breaking his rod curse meant killing someone. Oh, but I am only honoring my end of the deal. Perhaps you should have done your research before agreeing. The grin on his lips never wavers, but I can see the amusement in his eyes. I relied entirely on the story Amy told me, and that was my biggest mistake. I should have read the full fairy tale. Well, can't the princess dispel curses? I don't know Titanium, but I want to know how she does it. But now it seems like you finally know the full story of the fairy tale princess, huh? To break this curse, Prince Rod must kill his beloved with the knife his sister had just brought him, just like in the fairy tale. Sir Mithras continues to smile at me. I realize he is speaking slowly. He's like he once might speak to a child. So condescending. No. Ouch. Sorry guys. Wait. I start to realize that Sir Mithras is purposely drawing out the conversation to stall me. I need to go. Mithras is not stopping when I slide past him to open the doors to the throne room. The first thing I see when I enter the throne room is Rod. He's standing in the middle of the area with Emmy in his arms. Is she alright? Rod gently places Emmy on the throne. He leans down to look more closely at her sleeping face, then reaches down to take the object in her hand before he faces me. I can see the metallic glimmer in his hand and know that he is holding the knife that Emmy brought with her. Where did she even get this knife? He pauses to stare at it, then suddenly, his eyes widening at some sight in another part of the room. I follow his gaze to the corner of the room where Bjorka floats in midair. Her eyes are closed and her hands clasped as if she is just sleeping. Bjorka, but how? Such a pleasant surprise, isn't it? Sir Mithras walks into the room with his hands clasped behind his back. You! Good evening, your highness. Is this your doing? Sir Mithras just smiled at him pleasantly. Rod only glares back at him. Guards! Sir Mithras clicks his tongue and chuckles. My apologies, your highness, but no one will be able to hear you no matter how loud you shout. Not even your witch friend will hear anything through my magic. He knows Delora is here. I glance around the room and notice that Sir Mithras had created his silent green barrier. This is the same magic he used yesterday. True love's kiss? What? I don't know. We have to see. Now let us get back to the matter at hand. You're running out of time, Prince Rod. It would be a shame to see you perish here after the princess went through the trouble of asking me to save your life. Oh no! Mama, what is he talking about? The princess did not want you to die, so she asked me to help break your curse. Sir Mithras spreads his arm, gesturing towards both Emmy and Bjorka. And so I've been this kind enough to set the stage and gather its actors for what I hope to be a wonderful finale. I can't help but wonder how this fairy tale will end. Why would you do this, Momo? I did not know it meant killing Bjorka, I swear. That is why I came here to stop you. I told you so many times that there was nothing you could do to help me, and yet you still refuse to listen to me. Because I refuse to let you die. Can you not just see that you are important to me, Rod? Oh my, what a scandal. Bro, you're so evil, Mithras! Momo. I turned to Sir Mithras and stared daggers at him. I asked you to help Rod. Why did you have to involve Emmy into this? It was a necessary requirement that the princess be the one to give him the knife, your highness. It was, after all, the mermaid sisters that brought her the knife to kill her beloved. Didn't Claude really get close to Princess because he wanted her to dispel his curse when she turned 18? Yeah, but who knows, Titanium? I don't know. It's only a few hours, but we don't know what a few hours means. So we have to see, right? We have to see. Wait, hold on. Maybe she uses her magic. Who knows? Maybe she has magic. Maybe she whips out her spells. So that's how she knew about all of this. She came here crying and begging me to break my curse because she didn't want me to die. I almost wanted to do it. But I could never kill someone. That is why I will always refuse to break my curse, even if I really want to live. Perhaps I miscalculated. Ah well, this can be remedied. Sir Mithras waves his hand, his fingers begin to glow subtle with magic. Uh-oh. What are you? Ugh, Rod. A faint green glow surrounds Rod as he doubles over. What are you doing to him? What I should have done with him... What I should have done to begin with. The witch who cursed him said that he must do this on his own accord. But seeing as he refuses, I am going to have to bend the rules slightly. Rod stands abruptly and begins walking toward Bjorka. The knife in his hand glistens beneath the patches of scattered moonlight in the room. No! Princess, he's going to kill Bjorka! Stop this, Sir Mithras. Where's Delora when we need her? I run towards Rod and wrap my hands around his waist in an attempt to stop him. But whether through magic or his own strength, he continues onward. I end up being dragged behind him. Rod, snap out of it! Rod! I must... kill her. His gaze is so glassy and his words are so mechanical that he sounds nothing like himself. No! Mithras, stop this. I am ending our deal. My apologies, your highness, but not even I can dispel my magic once it has been casted. It will only fade of its own volition once what needs to be done has transpired. That, or perhaps it is more unlikely circumstances, the prince will simply shake the spell himself. Through Mithras's words are apologetic, his expression is anything but. In fact, he looks amused by it at all. Damn, he's so evil! What is happening? Not so fast. Oh, it's really... Okay, Delora is here to rescue us. A crimson ball of light rushes towards Mithras. He waves his hand through the air and is barely able to conjure a shield to protect himself from Delora's magic. Delora! It wasn't exactly easy to find you all, especially with the silencing spell. Such a nuisance. That's not important. Help me stop Rod. Frost slowly appears beneath Rod's foot. It spreads up his leg, freezing him in place. I sigh with relief as I collapse on the floor. My hands are sore with the effort of trying to hold Rod back. Mithras clicks his tongue as he faces Delora. I don't believe you were invited to this play, traitor. Oh my god! There's so much magic happening! What is this? Light gathers around Mithras' hand. Moments later, he releases the energy towards her. Delora, in turn, conjures a barrier, successfully protecting herself from Mithras' magic. I always did fancy myself a party crasher. Still to think that you were alive this whole time? Myth? Oh, that's a better name. His real name. What knife? His real name. He is one of the 10 bearer's servants. This person was my mother's servant? Allow me to correct you. I am her only faithful servant. I am nothing like the ungrateful bastard who betrayed her to the fairies. Who is he talking about? Well, whatever it is you're planning, forget about it. There's no way we're letting you get away with it. Oh, well, do your best. Do try your best. But first, a reminder. My nose! I am the superior witch here. Energy crackles in the air as sparks begin to form around his hands. I don't know why, but I find it weird that you can report. Why report Nightbot? Don't report Nightbot. I need him. I need Nightbot. The spell is taking longer than his other spell. I notice the Laura worrying moments before she is able to cast a shield on herself. This is not good. Mythos releases the bolt of lightning in Delora's direction. Oh my god. My eyes burn. The impact causes both the shield and ground to shudder. Delora! The smoke clears and miraculously Delora stands unarmed. No sooner has a sigh escaped my lips than another frightening sound echoes across the room. There's a loud crack and I realize that it's coming from Delora's shield. Everything after that happens in a blur. Delora is still trying to hold the shield up when Mithras casts another spell at it. It chatters around, the magic seeps through and hits her directly. Delora! Right, really now, have you forgotten the most important lesson in defense magic? Always conjure another shield after being hit by a powerful spell. Or, oh, I do apologize. Perhaps I did not give you enough time to cast another shield. How thoughtless of me. Delora lays on the floor, unmoving. Delora! I'm about to rush her aside when Mithras moves to stand in front of me with a malicious grin on his face. It will do you no good to be in this denial, princess. How could you? How could you hurt another witch? It is not a crime to destroy a traitor. He looks back at Delora with clear disdain. Then he sets his eyes back on me and raises his eyebrows. It is foolish of you to try to stop this. You wanted this, and I will not allow you to renege on our deal. The prince will break his curse, and you will help me. Help you? Yes. I want to great pains to make sure Alcaster kept you safe, just so you could repay me. You said that you made a deal with Alcaster to borrow his knight's assistance. And what I would need a knight's assistance for, dear princess? I never needed a knight's. I just needed Alcaster to keep you safe. I would have gotten rid of him myself if I wasn't sure the king would eventually find me. So this whole time you were only trying to keep me safe? To use me? Use is such a simple, ugly word. Remember, I just want to help. I just want you to help me. Princess! I turn around and realize that Delora's spell on Rod has faded, that now that he is a few feet away from Fjorka. Rod! I force myself to run towards him as fast as I can manage. I will not let you kill anyone. I do not know what I must do to stop him, so the first thing that comes to mind. I put myself between Rod and Bjorka just as he is about to plunge a knife into her. Princess, blah, princess, blah. Did we get stabbed? My body is racked with pain. The moment the blade sinks into my shoulder. Ugh. I collapse to the floor and hold on to my injured shoulder. I can feel my blood seeping in between my finger. You fool! You could have easily been killed. I do not care. I love Rod, and I will never let him do something that he would regret for the rest of his life. I cringe. I cringe. Tear cloud my vision as the pain worsens. Momo! I feel Rod's arms around me as he cradles me to his chest. I look up at him to see that his eyes are fixed on my bleeding shoulder. Rod looks at me with anguish. He grabs a handkerchief from his pocket and presses it to my shoulder. I can't believe I did this. I stare in shock and his lips move. It is not Sebi speaking, but him. Wait! What? Your voice. You broke your curse. But how? A bright light envelops us, and for a few moments I have to close my against its brightness. I reach out to grab at my necklace, but it is gone. I open my eyes in panic, but the necklace is definitely not there. One with the glass slippers. I glance down to see a pair of smooth glass slippers on my feet. What? What? How? How did Rod get his voice back? You broke your curse by breaking mine. Wait, how did we break his curse? I hear the sound of shattering glass and turn to see Mithras staring at a broken vial. What is that? Frost has begun to form at his feet and is now spreading at his legs. What is happening? Always have a backup, as they say. Seems like you're the one who forgot the basics of combat. Never turn your back on an opponent unless you're sure that they're dead. Your bloated ego does wonder in turning the tide of battle. I'm confusion. Delora is now back on her feet and walks toward Mithras. She dusts off her dress as she moves. Delora is unharmed? But how? Did you really think I'd forget to conjure another shield? The frost was has now made its way up to Mithras' neck. Inconceivable! A lowly witch like you would never cast this powerful spell. Delora gestures at the glass shards on the floor. That's where Parfait Youth special potion comes handy. It makes my magic more powerful. The second most basic lesson is to never underestimate your opponent. Looks like you were the terrible pupil. Mizor opens his mouth to speak or perhaps to scream, but by the time he opens his mouth, the frost has completely devoured him, leaving him nothing but an icy sculpture. Yay! He's dead! Momo is his love? Maybe that's because he stabbed her? I don't know, but you have to die, don't you? Delora, Momo is... Has her bleeding stopped? I think so. I cannot make out what they say after that. My world starts spinning and everything starts to blur as I close my eyes. What the? I feel Delora's hand on my forehead. The warmth relaxes me somewhat. We got you, princess. Hang in there, Momo. My body becomes heavier by the second as I lean my head against Rod's shoulder. And then I feel myself falling into the never-ending darkness. Are we dead? Is this the good ending? We die instead? Oh, never mind. When I open my eyes, the first thing I see are the soft rays of sunlight seeping through the window. I am in my own room. I tend to sit up and cringe when I feel a sharp pain in my shoulder. I reach out to touch it, only to realize that I haven't been neatly bandaged. Despite the injury, my body feels oddly light, stronger than it even was before. I remember. I placed myself in front of Viorica to stop Rod from hurting her. But where did this energy come from? Did she break the curse by herself? The door opens and Emmy walks in with a tray of food in her hand. She stops when she realizes I am staring at her and nearly drops the tray in her rush to stand beside me. Momo, you're finally awake. I was so worried about you. I'm so sorry. This was all my fault. What are you talking about? It was mine, not yours. I remember bringing the knife to Rod, but I can't remember much of what happened before or after that. Just when I woke up to the throne room, I saw that you were bleeding in Rod's arms. I thought you were going to... The rest of Emmy's words break to pieces as she begins to cry. I'm so sorry for forgetting about you. I made you work too hard while you were my personal maid, and I shake my head with a sigh. It was not your fault I was cursed, Emmy. But I look at her tear-stained face. She was not at fault, yet here she is crying. She really is a good person. Oh my god! I spread my arm. Momo? I turn away, suddenly embarrassed. You look like you needed a hug. Emmy stares at me for a few moments. I'm about to reconsider when I suddenly feel her arms around me. I am so happy. I hug her back and stroke her hair. I cannot help but smile at the warmth that spreads in my chest. Oh my god! Emmy! Thank you. Emmy pulls back, her face full of concern. What? What will happen to you and Rod now? I saw how I saw how close the two of you got. And I saw how Rod looked at you last night. Wait. Last night, so today is my birthday and the day I become the bearer? Is that the reason I feel so strangely energized? Oh! Emmy walks up to one of my doll shelves and picks up the doll she placed there a few months ago. Happy birthday! I meant to give it to you earlier as a surprise before you were cursed. Yes! We got character development! Anyway, I know it's not as pretty as the other dolls from your collection, but I hope you like it. It is beautiful. Thank you. I take the doll in my arm as a knock sound on the door. Come in. The door opens and Rod steps inside. His eyes widen when he sees Emmy. Em? Oh, I was about to leave. I was about to leave. Emmy knows. Emmy slides off my bed and heads for the door, but before she closes it, she turns to us once again. I know how complicated this will be both for you, but I want you to know that I will support you. So my lips are sealed. Emmy winks before finally closing the door behind her. Oh my god. There's an awkward silence in the room before Rod approaches me and sits on the edge of the bed. How are you feeling? It still hurts, but I will be fine. What's wrong? I am just not used to hearing your voice from your own lips. Ooh. Welcome back, Lunar. We're nearly done. Oh, but I see that you still have Sebby with you. I've grown too fond of him to completely set him aside. He's helped me through a lot. Bummer, I can't read his thoughts anymore. Oh no, Sebby! There was never any need for you to do that in the first place. Is that so? Rod shakes his head and sighs silently. So what happened last night? How is it that you were able to break your curse? You did not kill Viorica. In the original fairy tale, the Little Mermaid could retain her humanity only if the prince loved her back. Though it never happens in the fairy tale, it is still an element of her curse. But still, because the prince never fell in love with her, the only way for the Little Mermaid was to kill him. I fell in love with you unknowingly. When you told me you loved me as well last night, that broke my curse.
makes so much more sense. Oh, that is so smart. Oh my god, guys, we need to, what do you guys think? That was so smart. The fact that we had to say, because that is literally how the mermaid had to break the curse. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. That gasp. That gasp. That makes so much more sense. That's so much more smarter. Bruh, we just totally forgot that all the little mermaid had to do was say that she loved the rod. Bruh, we dumb. We got the good ending. We got the good ending. I feel my cheeks turn warm. Rod coughs, his own cheeks flushed. So there you have it. The Little Mermaid never had a fairy tale ending, but I did. It's cute. I never had to kill Viorica. Because my curse started with Viorica, I assume it had to end with her too. It turns out the person I loved just needed to love me back. I was mistaken. It never needed to be Viorica. That is so much better! I see. So we both love each other, okay. We stared at each other for a few moments, the awkward sound returning. I changed the subject as quickly as I can. What became of Sir Mithras? Dolora brought him back to Lady Parfait. She is the only one who would properly punish him. And what about Viorica? Dolora returned her to her home yesterday. She does not remember anything that happened. Everything is back to how it is then? You were back to becoming my stepbrother? I cannot help but feel crestfallen at this truth. Blood binds, but so do siblings' bonds. Rod and I can never have what either of us want. Oh no, that's still sad. I don't want to forget these feelings I have for you, Momo. If I never made that deal with the witch, then maybe we might actually have been able to be together. But had you not been cursed, our paths would never have crossed. I reach for Rod's hand. He laces his finger through mine with a small smile. I love you, Rod. It's kind of sad too, though. I love you too. But Rod leans forward and kisses my cheek. I know. And 1 month later. So we can't be together, though. Ever since I broke my curse and became the new 10-bearer, I have been training under Parfait and Dolores so that I can learn to control my newfound powers. I never wanted this responsibility, but it is a burden I was born into. It is necessary I help maintain the balance between light and dark, and that has been missing for so long. Now that I'm the new 10-bearer, Parfait wants the two of us to work together in maintaining that peace. I do not wish to cause any pain or suffering to the people, especially to the people whom I cherish. Sometimes I still wonder what Sir Mithras wanted me to do for him, but that is not important anymore. I still have much to learn right now about the fairy tale, but now as the new bear, my priority is to get rid of the fairy tale curse once and for all. For the time being, everyone at the Marchen waits patiently for the day that I will learn to lift their curses. Since everything transpired, my relationship with Ophelia and Emmy has improved. Emmy is fond of calling me the best sister, even though I am the only one she has. My relationship with the king, however, has yet to be amended. I am doing my best to open up to him and give him a chance, but the efforts are going slow. I do not ask why he acted the way he did in the past, but I know that in order to move forward, I must let go of the past. It is finally time. I've been waiting for this all day. I head back into my room and to change into my dress into something less conspicuous. Afterwards, I head out into town and far into the forest for my designated meeting. It is a relief that the king allows me to leave the palace on my own. I would have never been able to come here with guards. I guess me being the new 10-bearer brings me at ease. If the title reassures him and allows me to come out here on my own to meet Rod, then I am not complaining. Rod still uses the secret passage he has always used to sneak out of the palace. Emmy knows about our secret meetings and helps cover our disappearance if necessary. It makes me happy that Emmy approves of our relationship, that we do not have to keep it a secret from absolutely everyone. At first, Rod and I both attempted to keep our distance without making it seem too obvious to everyone around us. Though Ophelia seems to suspect something is going between us, the two of us, she has not asked any questions. Emmy was not happy with her decision. She said she felt terrible that we would be forced to let go of something so precious on account of our titles. She was right. More than that, it was difficult for the two of us to deny our feelings for each other. In the end, we came up with a solution, even if it is temporary. We decided to secretly meet up in the forest every once in a while so that we could be together without any pretenses, even just for a little while. When I catch sight of Rod, I run toward him and throw my arms around his neck. I feel Rod snuggle his face into the crook of my neck. May I have this dance? Oh my god, that's still so sad. I take Rod's hand and begin dancing to his silent song. The first time I danced with him, it was to prove a point. What if they make baby? I don't know if they'll make a baby. It was when neither of us even liked each other.
And he looks a bit taller now. He looks grown. Like, man, okay. I remember this as I stare at him. What, is there something on my face? I just remember how much you hated me back then. And now here we are. Fate sure loves to toy with us. I smile at Rod. Just for a little longer. I want to be by his side. I do not know how long we can keep this up, but every day I wish for the same thing. I wish that I can live my life openly, loving Rod. I wonder, would that dream ever be possible? And that is the end. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's kind of sad though. We still don't get to be with Rod because at least the game acknowledges that stepbrother and stepsister is kind of a bit weird. Not gonna lie. But, you know, if he wasn't cursed in the beginning, we would have never met him. Like she said it. It's not a satisfying ending, but at least they're going to try keep the feelings up together. Took long enough, Jesus. What do you mean? Wait, is Momo a princess? Yeah, she's a princess again. She broke her curse. She's now a princess. It makes sense though, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's going to be hard. I wonder, like, it's going to be very difficult for them to maintain this relationship because soon, like, Momo's obviously going to need to find a suitor. He's so handsome, he's grown so much. Margaret is like full on in love with Rod, but alright. I love how all the art comes to us. This is amazing. So, wait, what just happened in the end? Technically, we kind of are together, but in secretly? We're not supposed to. This was such a beautiful story, Rue. Yeah, it was really a good story, Rue. I love the character development. I love the way they, like, made the good ending the good ending. Like, I would have never thought that all she had to do was say, I love you, because in the original fairy tale, technically, I was like, okay, she got to kill, right? Bjorka was gonna die. But, you know, if the prince had loved the Little Mermaid, she would have, you know, broken her curse, or, stayed human, you know, not die. So, like, wow, that makes sense. Have a good day, the rest of you. This was fun. Okay, bye, Aria. Thank you for joining the stream. It's a bit sad. Why not? What do you mean, why not? Why not? Why can't they be together? Because, like, they're siblings. They're stepsister and stepbrother. And that is the end. Oh my god. Okay, we even locked him. Let's see. Oh, look at him, he's so hot. Alright, I still like Claude better, I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the gallery. Flustered Man has grown. He really has. So we've unlocked a few of our dreams. We're going to be doing Rumple next, guys. If you don't know who Rumple is, it's this dude. I'm kind of looking forward because he was really flirty. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, so this is all the roots that we've gotten. He moves his eyebrows in that one. This one was like more like cuter. This storyline was cuter. I think all the roots have good plots. I will see at the end when I play all the roots, I'll tell you guys which one's like my least kind of favorite and my most favorite. They're all really good though so far. I've only played 2. Well, who cares? They're not blood related. They're not blood related, but it's still stepsister and stepbrother, and it would be very weird in this kingdom if this happened. Like, that's very cute. It's still odd. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't... Like, I kind of... Like, it's a bit oofies. Like, obviously... Emmy is, like, not happy with it either. It's a thing, though. You know? But... I don't know. We can't change anything. It was still a good story, guys. You know, at least they secretly are... Like, I'm assuming what's gonna happen in the future is they're still, like... If they still love each other, they'll still love each other. And then they'll just continue on. Look at Waltz's picture? Why are we looking at Waltz? So Waltz is still a child. Look at Waltz. He's still a child. Hold up, Margaret. I like Rumple. Rumple's fun. Rumple's a funny type of dude. Maybe your opinion will change when you look at him. When we do his route. To be fair, the only reason they can't be together is because of Rod's curse. Yeah, it's true, but it's the same way as they would have never met if Rod had never done this curse. It's a pretty cute story. You know? I still think. Wait, M doesn't like them together? No, M doesn't like the fact that this happened and they have to hide the secrets. I think. I think I said that wrong. I'm sorry, guys, if I did. He's not that bad. Yeah, I don't think he's not that bad either. Yeah, but because it's a curse. But at the same time, if he never did that curse, they would have never been related. You know what I mean? I still think it's like a win-win situation anyway, because like they're still in love. At least they're accepting that they're in love. They're still meeting each other, so yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be doing Rumpel's route next, but first I have a few announcements to make for you. So on Thursday, I'm gonna be streaming on my Twitch or on my YouTube League of Legends, and I'll be doing this every Thursday. And if not League of Legends, I'll probably be playing some other game with a few friends. And then on Friday, I'm just gonna do this because from now on, I'm gonna be streaming every Friday as I announced, but I didn't get to do it because I was like, okay, I'm a bit tired. I'm not feeling well. It's my birthday tomorrow on Friday. It's not my birthday tomorrow, guys. I'm just saying this is what I said to myself. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. So anyway, guys, I will be streaming on Thursday on either my Twitch or my YouTube. And if you guys want to go check out my Twitch, please go down below in the description and go there. If you don't know what Twitch is, it's just a streaming platform. It's not really like YouTube. It's just where streaming is. I might be streaming it on YouTube too. I will see. Who knows? But yeah, and on Friday I'll be doing a Minecraft stream before drawing the next character. That will be Leaf. So I'll be doing Thursday stream League, and then after League I'll be doing Minecraft just for a break from drawing, and then the next Friday I'll be drawing Leaf, and then the next Friday after that we will be doing the start of Rumpel's roots. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you for watching this and thank you for joining the stream. I hope you all have a good night / day wherever you are. Rod is kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie, that was a really good plot. I love that. But yeah, also you're asking Yume how many roots there are. There are 5 roots. There's 5 roots, just so you know. But anyway guys, thank you for watching this stream, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye guys!